suppose that's the cue. Maybe. Don't know when the music went. It played once. Even though it should be fine. I don't even think 2 minutes passed, did it? Come on now. I remembered in real time that I have keyboard shortcuts to pause things, so if it even will decide to pause or keep going, I have no idea. And what's saying encoding was overloaded and all that, so I doubt it. And there it is going again. No, it's just processing. It's doing its funny processing thing. Well, there you go. Just the once. Okay. Pause. Hey, I paused you. I know I like this song a lot, but I paused you. Oh, God. Heavens. Must be something to do with the vapors in the air or something. I don't know. I should probably skip past that one the next time it comes up, though. It doesn't matter anyway. So, everybody, welcome back to Investigations 2. We're going to be starting again, this time with Case 2 of the video game. But after we get through the introductory stuff, as we always do. So, to start off with, you can ask me questions at any time in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it, because I always keep an eye on it, even though there's nothing there, as always seems to be the case. And I will respond, usually, because chances are if anyone's asking questions, then it'll be the one person, and I'll be seeing the one person. Just keep things civil, and everything will be fine. That's all I really need to say with regards to that. Really, it's all that matters. Just keep it all civilized, etc., etc. Now, second thing is that I post these streams going live over on my Discord server and over on Twitter. And you can find both of those in the About section, as well as the channel banner. If you go over to the channel itself in the About section, you'll be able to find it. You might even press the community button or whatever at the top. That is on mobile now. It's weird. I don't understand why it's like that, but yeah, you should see links to my Twitter account and my Discord server. It's a very small Discord server because it always will be with this channel at this size regardless. But other than that, it's the simple content to get behind, right? And the last thing before we hop right into the game, even though there's some music playing in my ears, is that there is a channel I need to recommend for the stream. And I think the one here I definitely haven't talked about before, because it was only a recent find that I found them out with. And I feel like they'd be worthy of mentioning. There's this channel called Cut Cafe. Now, Cut Cafe covers a bunch of indie horror stuff, as well as some general other kind of ARG and random other videos. There's one video they did where they remembered watching a video of someone playing an RPG Maker game in their childhood, and they were trying to find it again because it seems like lost media, and they went to the whole effort of creating a mock-up of what they thought the game was like from their memory in order to help people jog their memories and all that. And other than that, he has some top 10 videos you might find interesting if you are part of that kind of interest group. So that's really all there is. If we hop over to the main screen, we should get music finally, because it's been playing Heart of the Investigation 2009 this whole time. And I'm going to pause myself so I can listen to music, see if it even is coming through properly. Because you got to check these things live. Only a little bit live, though. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, so if live streaming on YouTube will be kind enough to let me pause that video so it doesn't hog up resources, there it goes. Alrighty, so before we get started today, I wanted to point out that I did get an achievement in the background. Because even if you had played through a whole demo, you would have not been able to get this achievement. And it's right here in Turnabout Trigger. It's a very small interaction. And I probably would have gotten it if I had accidentally talked to it instead of Mr. Payne. But okay, thank you, McAfee, for letting me not see what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, this signpost over here. Investigate the signpost. This wooden sign is almost brand new. I imagine it was placed here recently. What's it say? The yards to the Gordy Museum. That's 70 yards to the... Oh, never mind. What's the matter, detective? Just read it, will you? 70 yards to the boathouse. Feels like a million years since that whole sorry affair unfolded. Fond memories, detective. Yeah, fond memories, sir. That's all you need to do, and then you get the accolade for it. So we just go back to the title about saving, because that's all we really needed to see from that. And I'll even show the accolade right as now, because it's right here at the forefront. Fond memories, detective. Signpost on the left-hand side of the spectator arena in Prosecutor's Gambit episode 1. So, with that little distraction out of the way, let's just go right into things with the Captive Turnabout. Beginning opening. Resume playing from the save data. Yes, yes. Also remind me later, McAfee, I swear to God. The Captive Turnabout. I got my Monster Ultra with me for gaming. Ring. Ring. Flicker. And the blood spills. Ooh, suspenseful. And who else but Horace? Okay, that's on my side. Because I was doing a screen thing. Everyone loves that screen thing, even though it's only an issue for me specifically. Ah, shut up, Josh. Bell rings once more. Yeah, ring that bell. And at the end of the hallway. Mark. Gotta knock that up one notch for me. Yeah. March 27th, 10:16 AM. Detention Center. Visitor's room. And here we all are. I decided on my own that I'm going to keep the arranged music on for the time being, because, like an idiot, I completely missed out on even having those be documented when I was reacting to them in real time, because of music stuff, and how stupid that all was. So instead, we have everyone waiting patiently. I'm gonna plug in the controller right now, just so I'm certain there's some shit kept. Still no sign of them, huh? Yeah. How long do they intend to keep us waiting? Now, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure the guy will bring him in any second now. The killing of Bastion Brook. It's been 2 days since the incident in the park, and today we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Rocco Knight, who has been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I am to be the prosecutor behind the bench. Joe. What's taking so long? You there, what's going on? I don't know, sir. I'll go and check. We've got a situation. It's Knight. He's been killed. What? Killed? Detention center? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you waiting for? Right. God, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. Sprint. Your life, your choice. So it didn't happen in the holding cells? Surely that was where he was being held. What's the hold up? The crime scene's this way. That's the sign as well, the no entry sign. Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to... The prison proper, yes. You mean those upper cells aren't part of the prison? Not exactly, no. These are detention centers, holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great people should ever want to be. I've unlocked it, sir. Please follow me. Clamber on through. There he is. There's Jay, who is different. I didn't remember his name in the premiere of the Walk Count compilation, but we'll find out soon enough. That's Knight, all right, but he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? Interesting that they call it the prison proper. Okay. Prison. Workshop. This is horrible. How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered? I can can hardly believe it myself. But there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes. And what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in a detention center, no? He was. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states until convicted, the suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sentenced to prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wanted his way over. Hey, office area, prison layout partial. Holding cells into the connecting corridor of prison cells. The detention center and the prison are separated not only by 2 heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. A map of the building! Yeah, in the prison proper, baby! I suppose you better take a closer look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. Biff, bap, woof, Biff! Workshop time! Let's talk with you first. Anything out of the ordinary to report, officer? Yes, sir, there is this one thing. Go on. There's a body in the workshop, sir. He's right, that's definitely out of the ordinary. Look at Kay's face, that's cute. If anything else occurs to you, you know where to find me. Well, there's this over here. This part of the floor is covered with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints. Too many footprints, unfortunately. We'll need a specialist to identify them. I guess we just gotta wait till forensics gets here. Yes, and in the meantime, if you can refrain from treading all over it. Oh, I wouldn't want to stop and get the old jacket dirty, huh? Good point, Mr. Edgar. Thanks. My concern was for the footprints. Jacket. Look, there's part of it. The fuck me. Oh yeah, I haven't rotated the control stick so that it's not doing any drifting. Funny that. Don't know why it's like that. But it probably is fine. I don't know, I haven't tested it on the Switch in a while. It's just been the TNet controller. It's a sink! It seemed to contain useful clues. Nope! No way for treasure either. You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right? Well, it could be if you've opened your mind, Edward. What about the weird equipment? I'm not sure, but I don't see anything particularly suspicious here. Smells weird though. Kinda musky, like wet fur. I didn't know you had such a keen nose. No, it's nothing special really, except when it comes to sniffing out treasure. Remind me to seal all my valuables away in airtight containers. No way, Mr. Redruff, I never steal any of your stuff. But you would happily steal someone else's? I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring. You know, Edric does have a safe. You find out in the first game. He has a safe in his office. Let's investigate this. Time to inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Indeed. Oh, she set the line! Ah! You took Edward's line. Indeed, this area is too big to take in all at once. Fortunately, I can use right stick to look up or down. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Like the box, of course. We'd have something like this in prison, huh? A cage inside a cage? Technically, a prison isn't made up of cages, but a cat with cells. What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Redruff. You just gotta look at the basic nature of it. Yes, and the basic nature of investigation is to pursuit of accurate facts and information. Absolutely. Looks like a pulley of some kind. Maybe the prison is used for work. I suppose so, yes. Okay, so I know you're going to say no, but... Absolutely not, Kay. You're not permitted to swing on that phone. Ah, I knew it. Ah, I should have known you were being so serious. What a dope. That Kay certainly is a crazy one. There was a rope near Knight's body, too. Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy rope escape trick? Thanks, but I'll let you know when I'm in need of saving. She seems genuinely disappointed. There's a whip here. These tops are rather colourful. Pile of tops. Colourful tops that seem out of place in a room like this. I wonder what they're used for. They kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they? They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison. Look, there's a whip on top of them. You know who that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers. Maybe she left it here. Not a chance. She and her whip are attached to the wrist. Trust me. That is a good line. Okay, we got that top. We can also speak with Gumshoe, so Mr. Gum Gum. Yes, sir. How do you feel about the building layout? Good one, Mr. Edward. I think. You weren't showing me that for a reason, were you? Wouldn't know the first thing about it. Yet that doesn't seem to bother you at all. What about the badge then? That thing's pretty small. You don't lose it all the time. Take a symbol of my office? No, detective, I don't. Guess it's a good thing I'm the prosecutor. I'd have lost 100 this week alone. I mean, I lost my badge at least 3. At least not often. That's quite a talent. Yeah, we've spoken to him about this before. So the Vic. Arrested for murder on the afternoon of the 25th and killed in the morning of the 27th. Talk about instant karma. Never would have thought on purpose to turn into a victim himself. Yes, I don't like this at all. You don't think it was that ice cream guy, do you, sir? I hadn't seen his face, right? Maybe you couldn't afford to let him live. Shuddy the killer, you mean? No. If this were his doing, he would surely have caught him dying. And besides, Knife isn't the only one who knows what he looks like. We do too. Oh yeah, I guess we're still alive, so... Still, it's a high-security facility. I just don't understand how it was even possible. How possible was it that such a thing could have happened in the place? It doesn't make sense having the detention center and prison in the same building. Means they can share the visitor's room. They sure can. Indeed, it's an unusual design, but it's certainly convenient for anyone visiting. Yeah, but then why are they two different areas in the first place? Why even? Well, the two different classes of detainees, of course. There's pre-trial and there's post-trial. Two facilities may be housed in the same building, in the office in this case, but they are actually quite different. Well, all I know is that both perhaps to job. Yeah, don't let you leave. Perhaps spending a night on each would help clarify the differences between them? No, I'm good, thanks. Gumshoe, you silly. Okay, so nothing new from him, so I suppose the only thing left to do is to really investigate his body. Bronco Knight, killed the day before his court date. We'd better take a closer look at his snout. There's the chessboard. Huh? Is that? Oh, I've seen one of these in your office, Mr. Redder. I'm sure you had, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victims, I imagine. Makes sense. He loved chess after all. Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. Against no one, I guess. Folding chessboard, the pieces stored inside. This would belong to the victim. Can we investigate that now? Have a look around. Look at these. I guess the only way we can is just by undoing the latch. Come on, hurry up and open the clasp. This is a murder investigation. You sound like a child on Christmas morning. No, please. Even your heart was skipping me when you were about to open a mysterious box. Not all of us think like you, Kay. Thankfully. There it is! Look at these chess pieces. They really are chess pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the exact same models that they use for the logic chess. And these are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office. How come these are black and white? Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made. As in, they're unique and probably valuable. I like the sound of that. She's got that gleam in her eye. She better not be planning a robbery with that gleam in her eye. Her gleam in her eye. Okay. Mr. Knight. His neck razor soaked with the blood from the hole in his neck. I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. Huh? There's a small cut in his scalp, too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell in his head after he was stabbed in the throat. Yeah, it's possible, but it's too early to say what he said to. Kay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to that detective so we can photograph the body? Sure thing. All yours, Gummy. Thanks. Alright, here we go. His clothes sure are a mess, though, huh? Indeed, they appear to be covered in dirt. Dirt, grime, and other festivities. There we go. Killed by innocent stab wound to the throat, the body is covered in dirt. There is also a small cut in his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head. Because he liked me when he comes to laundry. He'll be a grave error. That's Edgeworth. Voices. It would be a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, Detective. Other than, you know, the accused in Case 1 of Investigation 1. That's fresh on the mind, by the way. I got that achievement you saw in the accolades. A rubber glove. Yep, just like the one, though. Just like the one. I should examine it in more detail. We take a closer look at the dirto. There's mud all over this thing. Maybe the prisoners were into making mud pies. Wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies. Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not. Absolutely not. You'll run afoul. Inmate use only. Oh, interesting. I don't think I remember this. Inmate use only. I guess that means that it must be one of the prisoners who was using it, right? Yes, you would certainly imagine so. That's interesting to know that that's there. I don't remember if that is actually the case. It probably would be if I looked at the assets folder again. But yeah, there's blood on this thing. I think it's covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this blood was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. We can? How come? Just had it been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming, then the blood flowed around it, but none of it. Oh, I mean there'd be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers, not all over the backside. Haha, backside. Assuming the gloves were discarded after the blood had pooled around the body. Maybe a murder did it after they did the deed. It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever was the drop tip must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir? Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir. The president's wearing them for the work. It's strange, though. The president issued with those gloves are on strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. I have a glove data jotted down in my organizer. Isn't there one like over there? But there's also the tarp over here, and the body's partially covered by a dirt-stained tarp. And there's a rope on top of it, too. Wasn't I tied up with a rope somehow? Rope data jotted down. Does the mean the victim was tied up? You should take a look under the sheet as well. Ah! Look at all that red stuff! Yes, I'd say that's blood. Features a colorful design, and stained with what I believe to be the victim's blood. The bloody top. The top blood. We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets on cover, I'm sure of it. I can't look at the blood. I can look at his hand, though. There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look at this Redwork. It's a ring, and an expensive looking one of that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. So he's got a ring on. Such a ring. Can't even look at his foot. His delicate little shoesy woozies. Okay. So, I suppose these two tops are related. If they come from the same place, that means he might have been covered with a top from here. These tops have a pretty distinctive design. In fact, it's the same design as the bloody top around Mr. Knight's body. Yes. You took the words right out of my mouth. Hehe, I'm good at stealing. Doesn't you should be so careless, Mr. Redwood. You need to keep your treasures close when there's a great thief around. I thought you were on sabbatical. Bloody top data jotted down in my organizer. Colorful top found by the victim's body. Some of these were being stored in Workshop A. A bit of evidence gathering. Ha! Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together. Right, Gummy? You betcha. We're unstoppable. A regular free musketeers. Yeah. Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found. What do you mean, sir? What's missing from this crime scene? A lay murder weapon. I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. You're right. I didn't even think about it. Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about. Yeah, I guess. Sorry, sir. Don't worry, Gummy. I hadn't crossed my mind either. Check the hardly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that could prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within a room. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hand wood. Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone taking the scene one. Oh yeah, nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the murder weapon? And where has it gone? Where has it come from? The answer to these questions may be the keys to figure out what happened here. Didn't know the guy had a little entourage. Here he is. Excusez-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right? Wait a second. Are you? No way. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Mr. Fender. It has been far too long. I know, right? But even after this time, I know to keep the plow anywhere, and neck wear off. Manfred von Karma, the man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here. Hold it! What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not no geezer. Detective, please. Edgeworth? Wow! Guess that explains the fresh face. Can't blame the guy for mixing you two up, though. You're a spitting image of the old devil in this day. See, you haven't changed. How many years has it been? Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for. Whoa, where did that come from? And who are you anyway? This is Eddie Fender. He's a defense attorney. Over in the fan patch, he's named Raymond Shields. Of course, the shield part is supposed to emblemize the fact that he's a defense attorney. But here we just went straight for Eddie Fender as a defense attorney. I suppose Eddie fits the character. I feel like Ray Shields also is quite a solid name for him as well. So I think maybe not the Fender part. We'll leave that part out of the official records. Also his whole head. Enchanté, as they say. Fender's the name and defendant's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Detective Dick Gumshoe. I'm a bit of an investigations. And I'm Kay Faraday. Great thief. I'm on sabbatical at the moment, though. A great thief? Wow, that's so romantic. Very chic. Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. Maybe signing up super simple. Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys if y'all have it. Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only. They have to be super fun and super cool. Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in. You've got to be kidding. You know. My bad, my bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know? Now, why are you here, Mr. Fender? Oops, I almost forgot this is your scene. Keeping the fence out is strategy number 1 in the Von Karma playbook, after all, isn't it? Hold it! Hey, quit it with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives? Hold it! Detective, calm thyself. His attitude is, unfortunately, understandable. It is? I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney. Guilty as charged, Your Honor. But I'm supposed to be anyway. So he was trying to represent Knight. If his client had been murdered, he and I would have faced off against each other in court. I better see what he has to say for himself. Oh, it doesn't play the music anymore. There it is. This is the music I was playing in the very beginning of the stream, mind you. Of course, it was not exactly the same thing, but you know me by now, right? Your current case. So the victim asked you to represent him? Sure did. He was supposed to have a little chat today. As was I. But the guard showed up instead and told us that his body had been found. Shrug. I was bummed about it as you even brought in some weed to cheer him up. That's a new thing. I forget what even he brought in from the original. I'm sure it's... it might be similar, I don't know. Mr. Fender. You know you can't bring food into the prison. Oh yeah. Well, it's here now. Want some? Little vats I picked up on my travels. Some more if... No, thank you. Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyhow? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Karma was always more of a convicted defender than an old cost guy. He didn't teach you that. That was a long time ago. If you say so. Sure, you don't want any weenies. No, thank you. Jeez. Pressing these weenies on me like he's some kind of weenie expert. Have you met with your client previously? Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxster called me the minute he was arrested. The Bronxster. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, that's a really good performance, too. According to him, you really made a nuisance of yourself. Not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all that. Boy, did he not like you. Trash talked you something fierce. Can't say he didn't enjoy any of the fun, though. I think what he said was something I couldn't even repeat, even if I was locked in a prison somewhere. Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender? Lighten up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the business room. And I don't think I ever had that much of a gas. Oh, so you come here a lot? Hey, don't go getting the wrong idea, sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either. In which case, I better ask him what he knows about this room. Do you know what's about the room? The room where it happened? What do you know about the scene of the crime? Huh, this room? Non, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices. A classroom, a morgue, a rec room. Oh, it's very morgue-ish. I just gotta say it's morgue. Is it a morgue? Well, it does have a dead body in it. Dead body equals morgue, am I right? Now let's see what he has to say, shall we? Oh no, you got it wrong. This is actually a workshop. So all the options he gave you were wrong. How infantile. The cons got me to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too, bank some qualifications for when they're back on the street. I see. How is it access to the room control? Who has the key? Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers. My man over there probably does, though. Right, compadre? Yes, sir. Workshops are unlocked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. And if they're not supposed to be there, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, a little alarm sound. If they let it ring for too long, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. And if they try to break or remove the bracelet, a shock 3 times worse than that. What? That's brutal! I guess they need to ensure that the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable this sense from them and let them in. You get all that? Have any prisoners used his workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I know if they had. So no prisoners have entered, let alone used this workshop today. Door sensors data jotted down in my organizer. Fitted to each workshop's door. They detect and react to the prisoners' bracelets by raising the alarm. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. I'll take another quick look over the crime scene. Employ my powers of detective to solve this mystery. So it's one of these pieces of evidence that contradicts. Yeah, for working inmates stained with blood and mud, so that's probably the case. I need to go over here and then deduce over on the glove, right? Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Perhaps, perchance? Urethra! Prisoners aren't able to come and go from this workshop as they please. Door sensor would detect their bracelets, and the alarm wouldn't sound. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all time. And yet here we have a rubber glove, of the kind issued to inmates. This is a clear contradiction. So where did the glove come from, sir? I don't know, detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. Click, clog, click. You, apart from prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? No one, sir. This is a prison after all. Prisoners and guards are pretty much all there is. Mr. Fender. Come now, don't play us like that, friend. We both know it's not true. You know as well as I do the prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in here. Huh? Oh, do you mean? But sir, they're... Mr. Fender, would you care to get to the point? Who exactly are you talking about? What? You don't have a pair of peepers in that hard head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about on the corridors, chilling with their buds. I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you take it a step. Listen, pal, we had just about enough of you below. Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a white fellow, you have a very narrow mind. What are you? Hold it! Detective! Sorry, sir. Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say? They do, in some places of the world. They absolutely do. The prison. Corridor. Corridore. Way. This is no ordinary slime. I hear the human shed their face with some special friends. The pig, the cat, the monkey, the rabbit, and the mini pony. It's nice to see these animals in HD. They looked so goofy back on the original DS. Animals! Very discreet. Yep, bird and rabbit beds of all shapes and sizes. God filled the how it came about. Tina decided to try a little experiment in animal therapy a few years back. Cons are assigned a critter each, a buddy to help keep their spirits up. Really? Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Plus, inmates can even earn cat qualifications if they go out through some job training with the animals. Oh! That's what equipment in the workshop's for. You got it. Room set up specifically for that training stuff. So, when you said somebody else could have been at the scene of the crime. Exactamundo, big guy. I was talking about these guys. Hold it! That just means you're still talking about loading. What would an animal do with a rubber glove? Good question. All I'm saying is that it was possible. The rest is Mr. Prosecutor's problem. Mr. Radcliffe, sir, if you want me to arrest this piece of baloney, just say the word. Let me get this straight. Are you saying that these animals can wander freely around the prison? You know those sensors on the doors? They detect the prisoner's bracelets and sound the alarm when somebody goes to walk around. Well, for our furry friends, it's the other way around. They're fitted with microchips that open doors right up. They are? Uh-huh. They're implanted just under the skin around the shoulders. Big needle, quick jab, and voila. What? Doesn't it hurt? Nope, they don't feel a thing. That's what they tell me anyways. Now, where was it? Ah, right. So the point is they're not the baddies here, so there's no reason to punish them. It's ironic, really. Here in this institution where the humans are caged, the animals are free to roam their heart's content. Door sensors data updated in my organizer. They open the door if an animal is detected, but raise the alarm if inmate's bracelet is detected. They're not completely free though. They can't leave the prison proper for one thing. No sense around that big mother of a door out. Let's see. Ah! The bell. What's this tinkling sound? I've said this in like the comments. I might have said it in the dev comment for the What Count compilation. But I really tried to have a look around for a clean rip of this bell sound, so I could probably have it echo for like the lead-in to like episode 71, I think, of the series when Dogen shows up back then. But I couldn't find one, no matter how hard I tried. Not even like any rips of the stuff on like the sounds resource or anything. So I had to make do with what I had, which was like the very ending of that video regardless. Sir? There's the dog! He sounds so attention. He looks just as dopey as ever. Just look at that thing. Is that a bell around its neck? That explains the sound, I suppose. Hey. A stare off. Etc. Even though the game would have done it better than me. Mr. Redwood, are you seriously trying to stare it down? I refuse to lose to a dog. Not for nothing, sir, but your dog handling skills could use some work. Leave it to a pro. I know how to treat them right. Come on now. Come the gummy. Just watches it leave. Man, ignored by a dog. The dog was certainly very different to the other animals. Even though Gumshoe's been called like a scruffy dog before. It seemed to be a real thing against me, and only me. Alrighty then, you met the menagerie. What's next? Guess we better interview some witnesses, right, sir? Indeed. We need more information regarding what was happening around the time the body was found. Let's start with that guy. Hey, you there in the cell. Sebastian Eustace on my thumbnail. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you join the stream. It sure is one. Yeah, I drew that. Yeah. I drew it. I made it specifically for the investigations video that I did a couple days ago, maybe a week or two ago. But yeah, it's nice that I drew it. I might as well figure get some use out of it. Maybe you can draw some more as the streams go on. But hey, it's nice to see you here. Taking a drink. Ignored again. Hello. We were wondering if you might be able to tell us anything about this morning's incident. No, is anyone a little afraid of this guy? Not a big talker, huh? It's alright, man. I'm on your side here. Let's start with a handshake, maybe a hug to break the ice. Seconds out. What's that supposed to mean? What the scallop? Hey, I get it, man. Not everyone's a hugging type. I'm cool with that. Clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Blow. Round 1, 10 reps each. What the fuck is this man up to? I better see what he has to say for himself. Your name? From the blue corner, it's Rocco D259 Carcerado. So yeah, Rocco Carcerado was J. Elbert in the translation. So I guess, you know, Carceration is the last name. No wonder I didn't remember the name beforehand from back in the premiere or whatever. So that's where his name comes from. I think it's fine, honestly. Rocco Carcerado. Carcerado, maybe. I don't know how you pronounce it. I guess Rocco is easy enough to remember in comparison to like J. Or just Elbert. Don't matter if I keep moving, do you, boss? If I just get this heart rate drop, see? It doesn't look like there's any danger of that. Don't you worry, you lose too much weight doing all that. Gotta make way before a fight, boss. Won't even make it in the rain, you don't. So you're... Wait, I get it. You gotta be a boxer, right? Boss, back in the day. Well, it's good to say fight fit. At least, wait, that's how I see it. So is that part of your training, too? He looks like an apron. It's so cute. Ain't nothing cute about Teddy. Kid's my partner, see? This here polar bear's keeping me on my toes. So the bear is also called Rocky in the fan patch. So I guess he went straight for the Teddy, because he's already Rocco, so you can't have Rocco and Rocky, that's too silly. So you have Teddy instead. He seems to have loosened up a little. Now's my chance. Were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Where were you and Teddy at the time of the incident? Come on, boss. I ain't no stoolie. I don't know nothing, no how. I'll be the judge of that. Please, answer the question. You punch drunk or something, boss? I told you, I don't know zip. Ah, so we want to play ball. Play hardball, huh? I'm game. Guess there's only one thing to do, huh, Mr. Edgeware? Indeed. The more he protests his ignorance, the more certain I am he's hiding something. Etc., etc. I see exactly what you do and don't know, shall we, Mr. Caserato? He sure is thinking. It's time for our first logic chess. / mind chess. Let us analyze the state of play. it's a presentation made by PlayStation. He adopts a boxing stance when he's on high alert. My guess is that things won't go well if you push it too hard as it moves. When my opponent's on the offensive, I should remain calm and bite my tongue. He's bound to reveal an opening eventually, which is when I'll pounce. First, let's see if our friend here knows anything about this. I'll start by asking about his movement, and bring his fight to an end before he knows what hit him. Time to do some chess boxing, baby! Tell me about your day so far. Tell me what you've done today. You will answer me, Mr. Caserato. What? You want a shot of the jam, is that it? Then what about power? Prepare for a straight right punch? That's good. Throw it in the towel already. It's gonna be a record. Fisticuffs is hardly my style, but I'm more than happy to give you on a game of chess. Incidentally, don't you get tired ducking and diving like that all the time? You think I don't have the stamina, kid? No, just you try me. Oh, believe me, I will. I ain't tired today, not ever. Especially not today. It's real easy this morning. Having some quiet cell time. Hardly broke a sweat. Really? You look pretty sweaty to me. Give me a break, will you? I'm done talking, okay? I'm tired. Yeah, real tired. I thought you took it easy. You may have kept your boxing skills sharp, Mr. Caserato. But I'm afraid your lying needs quite a bit of work. Quite a lot. Tired? Really? I hardly think that's possible. Especially not after you told me about your quiet cell time this morning. Oof. We gotta be careful there, Teddy. When this guy lands, he lands. The gloves are coming off now. He's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I should try asking him about what was happening at the time of the incident, both in and outside of his cell. I will need to use my fists in this next round. No, I'll deliver this knockout using carefully chosen words alone. What was it like around here? Did you notice anything strange around the time of the incident? What do you mean strange? Wipe my time. This probably is not quite the answer. Hey, get the heck out of the ring if you're not gonna fight. Okay. Let's try something else. Please adapt boxing stance to these rare and rare. I should bide my time in such moments. Aim and strike the jaws to God. Yes, yes. What were you doing? Remember what you were doing at the time of the incident? Oh, it was catching some Z's. We both was. The incident happened only a short while ago. You seem wide awake. Yo, he was looking his eyes around. Yo, the uppercut. Well, answer me. I was gonna be able to look at him quick when he's down. But needs to do this too. Build muscle. That's so. My apologies for waking me. I have read that a rest is an important part of any boxer's training regime. You don't say. So Mr. Prosecutor's savvy when it comes to the fight game, huh? Who knew? How do you know my profession? Interesting. How do you know I'm a prosecutor? I don't remember telling you. You've been eavesdropping, haven't you? You've been listening to every word we said out there in the corridor. Which means you weren't asleep, and that you are lying. Again. Flash. You're good, kid. Come clean with that one. Alright, I'll admit it. I wasn't catching those either. But what? The guy can't work out in his cell no more when boys get involved. Or is a man taking care of himself a crime now? In fact, we now know he was wide awake in the book. Well proved to be a useful clue. What was it like around here? So he's seen this. Don't play dumb. Answer the question, damn your eyes! Tell me what was going on around that time. Wish I could help you, boss. But he was asleep. both would. BS. Enough of your barefaced lies. You weren't asleep, were you? You were exercising. You told me about yourself. Oof. Hello, hello. Also, my fucking chat window is working. Maybe I can move that around. It's just like right there. Move it up a little bit. There we go. Nice. We got this, baby. Ooh, kind of much. Should have seen that one coming. It seems I have you on the ropes, Mr. Caserado. Now it's time to deal the finishing, blenishing, blow. It's time to come clean about what you know. Alright. You don't gotta shout about it. Stopping around like you own the place. Teddy and his pal have been scared enough this morning already. Already, you say? Sir? Pray tell. You don't want to enjoy this long, but I fear you'll soon be out for the count. You say the animals have been scared enough already, which implies something happened here earlier. Well, what was it, Mr. Caserado? Bish. What was it? His mouth guard almost came out there. Quit it, will you? I'm getting shell-axed here. Fine. Somebody yelled, okay? Real loud, real scared. Got a little guy scared, too. Yeah, laughing at Mr. Big Shot Lawyer. Let me see you do the same thing in the ring. Checkmate. Checkmate, dummy! Bish bash mine chest check. I should point out, I don't know how long I'm going to do this stream for, because, you know, the last stream, the one that covered Case 1, that kind of broke up a couple times, which, like, led to maybe, like, 5 hours or so for, like, total stream time. I don't know how long I'm going to go here. Definitely not going to do the whole case in one, because that's way too much video game. Maybe I'll go to a to be continued, I'm not sure. We'll feel it out. Hopefully the stream even stays in one space as well. I think we now established that you know more than you're letting on, don't you? Fine. I'll talk. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. Look at my uppercut. Let's not get carried away, Kay. Our work here has only just begun. Hold it! Hey, can we call a timeout here for a sec, guys? There's something super big I need to say. It's just, well, it's like fate brought us here today after all these years, Edgeworth. And it's a real privilege watching how you work. Eye-opening stuff, in fact. Real eye-opening. I just thought you should know I'll be telling you what you become. Who know who? Keen to get the lowdown, huh? Well, hold it. That's enough. This has nothing to do with Kay. Whoa, don't have a count, man. Why so sensitive? He said the line! It was a funny reference. This is the thing that I was also worrying, or like wondering about, when it came to this official localization. Like, what references are put in where? It's so intriguing to find out this shit. Report whatever you wish to hold, whomever you wish. Just do it on somebody else's time. Whatever you say, boss man, but I think he should know it. You know, how you've been living your life since you signed on to anything on karma way. After all, you've disappointed him enough for one lifetime already, am I right? What's he talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Nothing that needs to concern you, Kay. Our focus should be on Mr. Caserado. Now, shall we continue? It's time to hear the truth at last. There. You won't land a glove on me, kid. Punch. Uppercut. Duck and weave to the right to the left. It was a show, finished right around 10 a.m. Came back here after. There was some training. Leastways, I tried to. Betty got to the counter too and was on the screen. What the? Ah! Guy was hollering and howling, crying for help. What can I do? I'm locked up in here, right? So it turns out, so I tunes it out and gets me to work. I find it curious that you would pay so little heed to a desperate cry for help. Like I say, boss, what can I do? Besides, this is the joint. Don't nobody thank nobody for getting involved in what ain't none of that concern. I hear you, brother. Best you can do is rubberneck from in there anywhere, right? You mentioned training, Mr. Caserado. I can't help but notice how well equipped your cell is. There's a guy. The Fixer, they call him. Oh, the Fixer. What's a Fixer? Well, you put it in a drink and the fellow can get his hands on just about anything you need for a price. No way! Thinking to find me perhaps? Mr. Caserado, what you ought to ask for is a beginner's guide to giving better testimony. Because I can promise you that you'll be down for the count in one. You put me down? Try it, you bum. And what am I? Chopped liver? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Fender. That was a show, finished right around 10.
Hold it!
What kind of show was it exactly? Depends on the day. Bring it from outside, see? Singers, dancers, all kinds. Gives us kind of something to look forward to. Nice, that sounds like fun. And you went along to see today's show? Sure I did. Gambit's a chance to get a glimpse of the outside world now, can't I? Then it was over. Came back here after.
Hold it!
Training. What did this training involve? Let's see now. Today was stamina and room work, which meant jump rope. What? In that tiny cell? How? What about Teddy? Isn't that dangerous for him? Kid's no dummy. Second I get my rope out, he jumps out and holds on tight. Jump rope with a photo bag clinging to your chest? I told you, didn't I? Your partner. And besides, the little weight's good for me. Anyway, I started jumping rope. At least I had to try to. What
Hold
the fuck?
it!
Ah! Tell us more about the scream you heard. It was a scream of a guy like screaming last. And I should know. I scream out last. Well there, good buddy. There's a time and a place, you know. Was clearly audible. Guy backed into a corner, fighting for his life. Have you ever heard something like that, boss? Well, I have. And yeah, it was clearly audible. The guy was hollering and howling.
Hold it!
What kind of help? That's all you heard? There was nothing else? Nope. Never much anyhow. So there was something. What else did the victim say? You have to tell me. No, I do, huh? Why don't you come on over here and I'll see if I can make you squeal like he did. Whoa, 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 whoa! Forget the kid here, doesn't know when to quit. Come on, Miles, I apologize to a good man. But this is clearly important. And yet he insists on remaining infuriatingly vague. Look, friend, how would you let this slide, please? For me. So yeah, I heard the voice, like I said. What can I do? I'm locked up here, right? So it turns out, I hoons it out and I get back to work. Surely, that, but I guess maybe you don't know that yet. Let's just see what he says here. You're able to concentrate on your training, even after hearing all that screaming? Look, if he was on the outside, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I'd seen what I could do. But it's on the outside. I can't go no place, even if I want to. You didn't think to slip out from your cell to go sneak a peek? I don't think anybody else would have thought of doing that except you, Kay. Funny this wasn't a prison. Mr. Knight might have lived. I somehow doubt it. Frankly speaking, there was no saving him. What? Well, somebody could have just gone to him in time. Mr. Casarado was lying. He's clearly lying. What I don't understand is why. Why is he clearly lying? Is he what I can uncover by pointing out his clear lie, his clearly testimony? Surely.
Objection!
Yeah. We fine, baby. You're sitting comfortably, Mr. Casarado. Good. Then I'll begin. You trying to be cute or something? The victim died from a wound to the throat, and very quickly at that. He had neither the time nor the ability to scream as you claim he did. Punch. There's the arranged music. You say you heard the victim's cries, and yet that would have been impossible. But it must have been a scream. He said there was. He said there was? Ugh! Quit looking so smug, will you? Fine, I admit it. I didn't hear nothing, alright? The guy in the next cell did. He told me so. The next cell over. You mean the parrot? Polly is right there. You see him? He's so polyester. Whoa, I like the smear frames on Rocco there. Look at him, Mr. Casarado. Just smear framing. Well, what do you want? I heard a scream. What of it? We came back from the show and they put us in our cell, same as always. And just like I told this guy, I heard it, a scream, a real scary one. Scary how, exactly? Didn't tell him this part, I guess, but it was kind of like... Yee! Someone, anyone, come quickly! Yeez! Something like that. Well, I guess it's safe to say that he probably wasn't the victim. Indeed, it sounds more likely to have been the person who found his body. No! It explains it. So Mr. Casarado was telling the truth, more or less. Is that really the case? Are there already no problems now with his testimony? Maybe there is a problem? I don't remember. I'm afraid a new problem has reared its head, namely, why didn't you hear the scream yourself, Mr. Katsura? Yeah, what gives, pal? How come you didn't hear anything when the neighborhood had clear as day? Eek! Punch. What do you think I did the crime or something? Huh? From inside of this here cell. Guy died over in the workshop, in case you forgot. Well, yeah, it does seem a little weird, now that you mention it. He's right. Evers could have done it. Because let me tell you, if I could get out of this here cage and murder somebody, you'd all be toast. Eee! Ain't that the truth? You bums ain't leaving this place in one piece today. Anyone else can help it. I think this might actually be the time. It's a big moment. Another big moment. I always thought that these men are hardened criminals. Well, I won't be doing that again anytime soon. I'm guessing this wasn't how you saw this going, Edward. What's my next move here? I won't get much more out of them in this state. Overruled! 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 That might be okay again. Like, I found out after the stream last time that in the gallery where you can look at all the characters and all that, the ones that do have voice lines, you can play them again if you're in the main mode, as opposed to like swapping between the sprites and the chibi, stuff like that. So, yeah, like overruled. I mean, it's quieter than how it sounds in the fan translation, but I mean, it could work. I think it could work. We'll keep playing. Although it is time though. Who's there? Best song though. I love this fucking song so much. It is also going to be really interesting seeing because all the things in the fan patch. Miss Justine here always refers to the goddess of war, so maybe it's more literal in this case. I don't know. We'll find out. Order in court. Who died and made you the boss of me, huh? Can't you see we're kind of busy here? Hush now. Silence is golden. It is? Your hand, if you please. By the power vested in me, I hereby sentence you to blissful silence. Praise be, a simple life awaits you. No money, no possession. May the goddess of justice watch over you, now and always. That might be better. It kind of flows a little bit more. I don't know. Me acting like I'm some kind of authority on this. Who knows? God, if you would. Looks like I'll be spending the night in solitary, buddy. What? Come on, please, boss. Every place is there. There was no need to be afraid, my child. If anything, you should rejoice. This is a blessing, a chance to redeem yourself, to be reborn. No! Teddy went too. Oh, goddess of justice, bless your child and keep him in your care. Oh, Holy One, we give thanks in your name. And you happen to be? Verity Gavel, at your service. In comparison to Justine Courtney, no surprises here because one of the first ones that was revealed outside of it because she is the main character and all that. Verity Gavel, I mean, it certainly is unique to have an accented character in the last name. And Verity is different to Justine, to be sure. But again, we'll keep going for it. It is my honor to bear the title of judge and to work at the pleasure of the law. And what is a judge doing in a place like this? Since you ask, Mr. Edgeworth, I have been sent here to find you. I come bearing a message from the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. The Prosecutorial Investigations Committee, something like that. The PIC over in the fan patch, once more. There's a lot of stuff going on here in comparison to the fan patch. Yeah. That's the whole point of these streams, by the way. And it is my sacred duty to deliver it. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? The heck? What the freak? It is first and foremost a name that should not be taken in vain, my child. For it is a sacred phrase from the goddess of justice herself. Well, I don't fear you in, kiddo. The committee is a panel of 11 people whose job is to keep beloved prosecutors are. In other words, they make sure people like Edgeworth here don't cross the professional line. The panel is comprised of people from both the legal and political professions. A panel of which you are a member, I assume. I am. Allow me to thank you on the committee's behalf for your service. Thanks for coming to see us like this. Speaking for myself, it's a real honor. It's always great to hang with your judicial compadre. Come on, bring it in, chill out. We're all friends here. Overruled. Overruled. Need I remind you that the committee has a long-standing relationship with the Bar Association? Hey, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to lighten the mood, okay? So, your job is to find the prosecutors, bad prosecutors, and punish them? Precisely, my child. Praise be to the goddess of justice for bestowing her gift of insight onto you. The committee has the power to remove problematic prosecutors from cases. And should a prosecutor truly unworthy of the title be brought to our attention, we are vested with the power to confiscate that prosecutor's badge. And what is the committee prosecutor? Whatever you said, have one for Mr. Redwood. We're in the middle of an investigation here. Objection! There it is! It's nerdier in the fan packs, but I do like this one. Pitiful. You really don't know, do you, what an ignoramus? And who are you, pal? Winner, Eustace Winner, Prosecutor Extraordinaire. This one caused a lot of uproar online. If you were there for the moment this name was revealed. In comparison to Sebastian de Best, where de Best was just wonderfully stupid for the entirety of the 11 years that we knew the name, and now he's Eustace Winner in comparison. Of course, as was mentioned prior in the chat, Eustace, we already knew this, so yeah. Eustace Winner, Prosecutor Extraordinaire. It does make you think about Case 4 characters, but we'll get there when we get there. Though you might know me as just the Winner, a name they call me down in the prosecutor's office. With great affection, I might add. I've never heard of him. And how about Detective Flatfoot over there? Nope. Name means nothing to me. Well, it's to be expected of an ignoramus, I suppose. Ignorance is sweet, as they say. So I'm sure most things mean sweet nothings to you. Ignorance is bliss, Winner. I don't think sweet nothings mean what you think it means. This is already accurate to how it was. It is entirely natural that you aren't yet acquainted. Eustace only joined us just last month. So he's nothing but a rookie? I'm not just any rookie, I am a winning rookie. Which he will prove himself to be in due time. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess. What do you mean? What mess? I fear I know exactly what he means. Committee sending me an envoy of a new prosecutor in tow. As if I expect I know what you're getting at, Winner. But I'm going to need a few more details. Would you mind explaining, Judge Cavell? Very well. By the power vested in me by the goddess of justice, I hereby declare that in the matter of the incident of the presidential arrest and the murder of Mr. Bronco Knight, the committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. Slam. What? Mr. Edgeworth is off the case? Just like that? Just like that? Judge Cavell, I believe I asked for an explanation. No explanation is required. The guilty verdict is in. The goddess has spoken, and her judgment is final. Objection! And what exactly have I done to warrant being taken off the case? Come now, Mr. Edgeworth. Claiming ignorance of your crimes will not serve to lessen your guilt. You boarded the presidential plane, violating the principle of extraterritoriality. And while there, you performed an unsanctioned investigation and subjected the visiting foreign leader to questioning. You were one wrong move away from causing a major international incident. And as such, you vastly overstepped the authority of your office. To call it an abuse of power would be no objection! I don't deny that I may have pushed the boundaries where certain rules were concerned, but there is also no denying that certain risks must be taken if one is to arrive at the truth. I refuse to concede that my actions were inappropriate. Then what you are saying is that the end justified the means? That rules can be ignored. That is a very dangerous way of thinking. The law is absolute. It is not to be bent to your whims. Forgive me, but not all of us believe as you do. Is that so? How unfortunate. Still, if changes now. Now get out of my sight. When a trial ends, the hammer falls. By your defendant or your attorney, even if the verdict seems irrational, nothing more can be done. Nothing, that is, but to give thanks for the goddess of justice to find grace. Unless you wish to appeal, to do so would be the risk of your badge, of course. So they need to take my badge for me to play along. Whoa, tough break, Edgeworth. I see you've accepted your fate. Good. Guards, would you be so kind as to escort him out? No! Stop! What are you doing? What are you doing, detective? I'm in charge here now, so you'll do as I say and move out of the way. What? You're not the one to me. Unluckily for you, Flatfoot, that's exactly what I am. Now, holding all the cards here. I don't stand a chance. Detective, come shoot. Do what Mr. Witter says. But, sir... Judge Cavell? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? The committee's decision is beyond irrational. So yes, I do plan to appeal. You haven't heard the last of me. Duly noted. Shall we meet again? I mean, until we meet again. I apologize. Let's go, Kay. We're leaving. Right. Oh, and remember, you know who will be getting a full report on all of this. Every single little instance being reported to the you-know-where. To be continued! Okay, that's a good point. We've been going for an hour, so we can, at the very least, go to override this one. We don't need it anymore. Suspect has been arrested. The middle. And then, I guess we can also, like, zoom over. We don't necessarily need to look at this bit just yet. The High Prosecutor's office. The room 1202, the one that we're in. We can go back to the title and look at the whatever. The gallery. And also see the new title screen. Yeah, that's neat. I like that title screen. Gallery. And we'll play some music in the meanwhile. Let's put Eustace's on repeat. Yeah. Okay. I shall return soon with a bit of a break in hand. And I'll have a look around at other things. So, see you in a bit, where we will continue. And also, yes, that was the thing I mentioned last stream I was going to put on here. Good Edgeworth enjoying the lovely life in here. See you in a bit. I know, I did drop a lot of frames. Crazy, I know. And the stream had no data for a brief moment of time, I see. But we take a drink still. If I knew how to apply like a delay, there's more drop frames. What's going on with you, OBS? Why do you do that? It's whenever the Windows like slightly moves to the right, just like drops all of its frames and all that shit. Whatever. Yeah, like if I knew how to put a proper delay on the GIF, I would definitely make it so that Miles isn't like chugging that thing down. But as it stands now, he really is just enjoying himself, drinking that tea over and over again. Okay, we return. Now we can go out of this. I'll play the music again. Continue! Wherein a suspect has been arrested. Click, clack, click, 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 clack. And even though we already did see this, we can't skip it because it's technically not on the same file. Room 1202. Ugh! I still can't believe what happened yesterday. It was terrible. Waiters who treated you. Now let's cut to the chase. I'm here to clean up your mess, Edgeworth. The committee hereby decrees that Prosecutor Edgeworth will be relieved of his duties and replaced by Prosecutor Winner. Here ends the verdict. Judge Cavell and Mr. Winner certainly didn't mince their words. But that's not what concerns me right now. What concerns me right now is the committee's reasons for doing what they did. What do they do? And what they might do next. What do they do? I suspect it won't be good. First to Mr. Edgeworth. You listen to me. Yes, of course. So this is it? You giving me up on the Bronco Knight case? No, I have no intention of doing any such thing. To walk away from that case would be to tacitly accept the committee's decision. The only problem is that I don't have the authority to continue this. We to figure our way around. Ring ring. Hola, como estás, detective? I've got some bad news, sir. We're down at the precinct. They just arrested somebody for Knight's murder. What? Do you know who it is? No, but I've been held in the detention center. Maybe you can go talk to whoever it is. Good idea. Let's get down there, Mr. Edgeworth. Even without the authority to investigate, surely it can pay a suspected innocent visit. Alright, we're on our way. Me too. I'll see you there, sir. Well, won't you be missed, detective? Everyone's busy in the prison doing other crimes here anyway. Good. Then we'll see you shortly. Yes, sir. Beep boop. Come on, Kay, let's go. You got it. You about to punch Edgeworth? Is that why you were dancing, Kay? Oh me, oh my. March 28th, 10:23 a.m. Detention Center. Why am I hiccuping? I don't know. More awkward silences. Who's that on the wanted poster on the side there? Still no sign of them, huh? Indeed. Wait, this is just like last time. Please don't tempt fate like that. No, I can't. I just can't. Sure you can. I told you, it's just a pair of visitors. Sounds like someone really doesn't want to see us. He did the cha-cha. No. Just talk with him, pal, please. But one of them's a prosecutor, right? Aren't they all super scary? All they do is stare at you, right into your soul. You must be the suspect in the... Eek! See? I told you. Okay. Why is this man so flustered? Probably because you're being you, but I guess it's just how you are. Thanks for clearing up absolutely nothing. Hey, Mr. Suspect, you doing okay in there? We just want to have a little chat with you. No biggie, right? Who are you? I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick. It's a part-time gig I'm doing while I take a break from my real job, though. Funny, I don't recall ever employing you. And that's Mr. Edgeworth. He is a prosecutor, but he's not going to stare a hole into your soul or anything. Oh, please. Really? Really? Eek! Anyway, can you first please tell us your name? It's Saint. Simeon Saint. So yes, Simon Keys, over in the fan page. we have Simeon Saint, though I almost am certain that it's still Simon. So I feel like that's fine enough to keep calling him Simon, and that works fine. It works. Nothing has truly changed. Thumb up. Well, nice to meet you, Simon. You can call me Kay. Everyone else does. Prosecutor Mars Edgeworth. I would like to ask you a few questions, if I may. Please, Simon. We're trying to help you, I promise. Really? Thanks to Kay, it's something we might finally get some answers at least. So, Mr. Sir, can you look at this? What? No, I can't. I couldn't. There's no way I could be a prosecutor ever. Take that thing away from me, please. I wasn't going to give it to you anyway. So, what? You're gonna arrest me? Take me to court? No objection. I knew it. Overruled, Mr. Saint. Now please calm yourself. Sorry, I don't know anything about these legal type things. So you really have nothing new to tell us? Sorry, no. Does this mean they're going to arrest me again? I don't mind saying what you need to hear. I'll say anything, whatever you want. Only you wish to be arrested for perjury. Now you're leading the witness. Oh, I'm standing arrested over again, aren't I? I'm not gonna get much out of it, but he's being like this, am I? Would you mind taking a look at this, Mr. Saint? Eek! I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. Maybe you should hold off and join us until after he's calmed down. Okay. Would you mind taking a look at this, Mr. Saint? Me? I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything. Okay, so he's just having a bit of a episode, maybe. Oh, we've seen this already, so we can skim through it. Which, by the way, the skimming through the text in this game is actually insanely quick. So I'm almost surprised at how quickly it is. What I'm willing to say is that it's something to do with like the intermissions that cause such things to go on. Yeah, here we go. Anything new here? I mean, the victim, he was killed while being detained at a detention center holding cell. His body was discovered in the prison proper. Defense attorney I had known for a long time, but haven't seen in years. Apparently he lived abroad for a while. Nope. An inmate and former boxer with successful training and has kept polar bear a district court judge and member of the committee for prosecutorial excellence also acts as its mouthpiece. A rookie prosecutor who's taken over my case on the committee. Just like in the case of a timid young man who seems like an unlikely murderer. True. Big true. Perhaps you could start by telling us a little about yourself. Oh, me? But why would anyone want to know anything about me? I'm boring. I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. You have a job. Oh, well, it's not. It's hardly worth mentioning, really. I'm your average corporate pencil pusher, just like everybody else. Honest. It's going to take a while. How about you, Mr. Knight? And just when I thought we were making progress. Okay. So Simon, do you know Mr. Knight? Come on, you can tell me. Bronco? Yeah, I knew him. We were friends. Interesting. I wonder if he knew that Knight had been arrested. And, did you know Mr. Knight had been arrested? Yeah, I even came to visit him. You came to see Knight? I wonder why that would have been. And when was that, Simon? It was the day before yesterday, around lunchtime. I came as soon as I got the call from the cops. The police called him? Why? How could the police call you? They said Bronco arrested him too. That he needed a favor. A favor? Uh-huh. He wanted me to bring him his chess set, the pocket-sized one. So I went by his place and then I came here. A chess set? A chess set? Yes, indeed, a chess set. This is me or she getting better at seeing my thoughts. You do know everything you think is written all over your face, right, Mr. Edgeworth? He's just got a teleprompter on his forehead. Yeah, I'm not a mind reader. Just the efficient reader. Just good intuition. Amazing, right? Don't you just love having a psychic as helpful as me? And you read what my next move is going to be? I sure have. There's something you want to show Simon. Indeed. Let's present it to him and see what he has to say about it. Well, sir, now it's time. So this chess set. Oh, that's the one I bought it for Bronco. Well, that sells it at least. Pocket chess set data updated. It was brought to him at his request by Saint. We found it next to Mr. Knight. He always had a chessboard somewhere nearby. I'm not surprised he had it with him when he when he... Simon, you and Mr. Knight, you were very close, weren't you? Yeah, we were best friends. At least, I thought we were. But I guess I was wrong about that. What do you mean? If I knew him so well, why was it such a shock for me to find out he killed someone? It's not easy to discover that someone you're close to has committed a terrible crime. It's a very bitter pill to swallow, indeed. How could it all end like this? I could never have imagined something so awful. Something's not right here, Mr. Redwood. There's just no way Simon murdered Mr. Knight. Yes, he certainly doesn't have an obvious motive. Then again, he wouldn't have been arrested for no reason either. I wonder what grounds they had for doing so. What grounds? Why were you arrested, Mr. Saint? Tell me. In detail. Vicious, vivid, enticingly colorful detail. I just don't get it. Why would he talk to me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Whoa, he answered you, Mr. Redwood. Guess he's not as scared of you anymore. Thank goodness for small miracles. The cops burst into my house this morning out of nowhere. And before I knew it, I was here. He's a policeman. Was there a prosecutor with him? Yes. Some kid named Winner or something? That's the thing I saw on Twitter. I didn't see the exact quote, but I knew that someone posted a quote, and they quote tweeted it by saying there was a fucking reference to the fan pack. And here it is! That's clearly what it was. So that's something. I like that. The rookie. I thought it's mine. Fucking the winner. The best! So did they interrogate you yet? What? I'm gonna be interrogated? By the cops? Well, yeah, I mean, you've been arrested. You're a suspect now. No. They shout at me and threaten me and... Ooh. There are always these hulking guys, right? Who get in your face and force you to... That's if you gumshoe reporting for duty. So see, I told you. Please don't hurt me. Please don't crush me with those huge arms. No, please. I'm calling the cops. I'm sorry, but I am the cops. What's up with this guy, Mr. Redruth? Oh, nothing, detective. Leave him alone. We're just being you. I guess it's just how you are. I don't get it, sir. I don't get it at all. Look, Mr. Redruth, Simon is clearly innocent. So there's gotta be something we can do for him, isn't there? Mr. Saint? Yes? You were Mr. Knight's friend. 2 days ago, you came to visit him. You had nothing at all to do with this murder. Is my understanding correct? Yes, I didn't kill anybody. Very well, then I will choose to believe you, and I will do all I can to assist you. Huh? But why would I need help and nobody such as me? I should say that I may not be doing it solely for your sake. I have something of a personal interest in this case. That's right, it's payback time. We'll show those two whose investigation reigns supreme. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Unfortunately, I still lack the authority to conduct such investigations. As such, my resources are rather limited, and I need to lean heavily on the ones I do have at hand. Which means you, Mr. Saint. Your information will be invaluable going forward. In other words, let's see if we can't help one another out, shall we? Oh, I just wanted something. Why don't you just borrow an attorney's badge? Then you can represent our pal here. Now's not the time for jokes, Gummy. I mean, Mr. Edgar was a prosecutor. He couldn't defend anyone if his life depended on it. I wasn't kidding. I just thought helping suspects. That's what a defense attorney does, you know. Sure, but we can do that too. The only thing that matters is that we find the real culprit in the end. Etc. So come on, let's get to work. Yes, ma'am. Why do they leave? I'm sure you know already, but just to be clear, if our investigation ultimately proves you to be the culprit, choice. Ah! What do you... Okay, good. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright. We're okay, are we? I'm sure we're okay. Because I got a notification in my ear that, like, OBS stopped streaming for a moment, and then it came back. So notifications twice. I'm pretty sure we're still going. The connection is still fine. That was a little scary. A little scary. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Your life, your choice. I don't even know what is going on. I need to cover my bases. Not knowing what he even said. So we talked a good game in there. We can't even get back inside the main prison to see the scene of the crime. Oh, just in case, scroll up a little in the transcript. Thank goodness this thing exists. Yeah. You can pause or something. I'm sorry. Alright. Maybe the defending guy in court is our best bet after all. Gummy? Can't have Emperor's life, remember? Well, who do we have here? If it isn't Edgeworth and the gang. What are you guys doing here? Listen, pal, if you're gonna harass this Edgeworth again, I'll... Hey, easy there, small chumps. God. I'm here to work. Like, this is directly after having Great Ace Attorney exist. It's almost intentional, just have the showms. Goodness gracious. Work? What, you here to defend somebody? Whoa, the K-Miser nails it in one. Aren't you just uber intelligentes? Uber intelligentes? That's not how to use either of those words, Fender. Some may say I'm an easygoing old rogue about town, but I'm actually not half a bad attorney. Which is why I've been selling to the old jail Rooney for a meeting for new client. Such with just one Simony Sainsbury. You mean Simeon Saint? Wow, that's freaky. You know more about my job than I do. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender's a defense attorney. You think what I'm thinking? A defense attorney? I fear I might be. In fact, it could be our only option. Our only one. On the scene. Not so long ago, I found myself embroiled in another case that wasn't mine. I managed to worm my way onto the crime scene by agreeing to be a certain someone's subordinate. Not an experience I ever want to repeat, but I fear I may have little choice. Fender. Hold it! Before you say any other words, I just gotta point out the fine print. Eddie Fender don't take on associates. Say it ain't so, I hear you protesting. Pompous prosecutors are no good. Especially those of uncommon variety. I should have known he wouldn't forgive me that easily. I understand why you wouldn't want to work with someone like me. What's more, I understand how you feel about all things Von Carl. But please, believe me when I say, I'm not the man I was. They think I am at home. Oh no. I'm not a rocket man. I'm no longer under my old mental skull. You better believe it, pal. Mr. Rogers is a changed man. Sure, he used to be a demon prosecutor. But he's not like that anymore. I do have feelings, detective. Gummy's right. Mr. Edgeworth's one of the good guys there. He's not just a prosecutor. He's a hero. He got me off the hook just last month. You don't say. Well, that escalated quickly. But he was. There's no other word for it. He was heroic. Great beefing. Please, Fender, don't you think there's something odd about the way the committee stepped in yesterday? There's more to this case than meets the eye. I'm certain of it. I can't just walk away from this. I cannot. I will not. I won't not. Please allow me to bow and help you with this investigation. Sheesh. A bow from the great Miles Edgeworth. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So enlighten me, if you will. What made the leopard change its spots? Well, I suppose I would have to say the courtroom itself. I have experienced so many things and met so many people there within its four walls, including some old friends who showed me a better way to be. How could I not change a person? Well, I'll be. The old you would never have bared his soul like that. That was beautiful. You might have even surprised you know who, and you know how much that takes. Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start again with a clean slate. So, this is me. Edgeworth and Kurt Law Officers. Bertie Fender, senior partner. Edgeworth? That's right. Mr. Fender here began his legal career as an assistant to my late father, Gregory Edgeworth. What? Your dad was a defense attorney? So the you-know-who Mr. Fender kept talking about is... The clever K-Meister nails it one yet again. That's right, I was talking about his old man. You all noticed I kept his name over the door, so to speak. Least I could do for old Gregory, really. Listen, Edgeworth. Miles. I'm gonna live with you here. I don't trust you. Not fully, anyway. I can't just forget about all those years you spent licking long comic boots, you know. Anyone can say they changed. I'm gonna need you to prove it. And besides, you know it's what Gregory would have wanted. Very well, I accept. Okay, then there's enough hardball one day. let's move on to the fun stuff. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth and Co. Congrats. Man. Let's reread that. I hereby appoint you interim associate of Edgeworth and Co. Congrats, man. I will try not to let you down. Well, doesn't this bring a tear to the eye? Prodigal son, coming on board as his late father's firm. Permission to come on board too? Please, Mr. Fender? You don't even have to ask, kiddo. Welcome to the crew. Woohoo! Thanks, Captain. Captain, baby. Guess it's time to go to work. So, where to begin? Any bright ideas, Miles? Oh, where were we when we were so rudely interrupted? Well, I guess it's safe to say that probably wasn't a victim. Indeed, it sounds like to have been the person who found his body. I believe we need to speak with the person who found the body. Guess what I was thinking, eager associate. We do indeed. So type to smile and nod, I see. Certainly make my life easier. Boss. Now that that's decided, let's get going. What about me? I'm a detective. I can't just hop on board as a service assistant like you guys. He has a point. I can't leave him adrift all on his own now, can I? Detective Gumshoe, I have a special assignment for you. It's to listen to your own music for like 3 minutes. No, it doesn't have intermission. You are to continue investigating the case under Mr. Winner. And if you happen to discover anything that seems useful, you are to notify me immediately. You are in a uniquely powerful position, Detective. I'm going to need all the info you can to pass our way. You can count on me, sir. I'm a real pro when it comes to letting things slip to the defense. Trust me, I know. But just this once, those loose lips feels like little tapes on ship. Yeah, loose lips sink ships, as they say. Oh, out of prison gates, good sirs, because here we come. I'm sorry. Briefly, I'm very sorry. Just need to make sure that everything is honky-dory. Yeah, everything's okay. Everything is hunky-dory. Think? Actually, no. We're going back to check again. Yeah, sorry about that. It definitely is. Womp womp. Throw out the prison gates, good sirs, because here we go. We wander away. Back to here. March the 28th edition. Wow! So, any ideas how we track down whoever found the Bronxer's body, Miles? I think our best bet would be to simply ask him. Oh, don't you dare! Oh, here we go. This music. Dun 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 dun. Who is this? Excuse me, but oh my! Just look at you. You talking to me? You're as fabulous as she, darling. Fabulously. You should pass her very au courant, don't you think? Enchanté, mademoiselle. I'm much obliged. Meant to turn to Yeti Fender at your service. Let's get things off on the right foot, shall we? A little embrassade, perhaps? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Swamp. Yes. Smooched. And now he's found on his knees. Right on the kiss. Well, how else does one greet a new friend, huh? A little smooch is entirely de rigueur, don't you think? Wow, talk about stealing a kiss. Indeed. An act so shameless it puts even great thieves to shame. Physical contact is so very important as a form of expression for our little family. Everyone in this lovely home will tell you as much. Oh, hey, everyone else is hip to that. I can be hip to that too. Sure, yeah. Fifi Lagarde, by the way. What are this shopping about? Over in the fan patch, her name is Patricia Rowland. Obviously, the pun being patrol, as in a patrol officer. Now we have Lagarde. She is Lagarde. And Fifi is certainly a unique one. I think Fifi fits. I think it does. I mean, yeah, of course you have Patricia Rowland, which is again like low key when it comes to the name pun. So having Roland be used all the time is fine enough, I suppose. And it's like it's low key, but then you also have Lagarde here. So I mean, Lagarde is easy enough to say. I don't know. It's on the fence as well. I don't know. You may call me Fifi, of course. So she's awarded the entire detention center and prison facility, is she? A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Guard. Miles Edgewood. I'm a an associate with Mr. Fender's practice. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? Oh, don't be so silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. It's the one. It was a simply spectacular event featuring some terrifically talented animals. Anyone had to be there. If you're here at home, you were watching the show with me. The performers set up a special stage in the yard just for us. We are one very lucky family, n'est-ce pas? So she was at the circus performance for the inmates yesterday morning. Mr. Casarada mentioned the show yesterday as well. He must have been talking about the same thing. What time did the show take place? From around 8 until 10, maybe? Yes, something like that. Meaning it finished right around when the body was discovered. And by dint of having attended the show... Is that a word? Dint? Is that why autocorrect chooses dint sometimes? Interesting. And by dint of having attended the show, she's a reason to solidarity. Oh, would you look at the time? Sorry, darlings, but I really missed that. Feel free to explore our home. Mikasa, Tsukasa, and all that. Ciao for now. Strut, stuff. Next to the pony woody. Well, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? The person who found the body screamed, and that scream was heard by one that made it known. Therefore, our first task is to question Ian, and see where his English will take us next. Like the bird. Of course, you are not able to interact with bird. Not interactable with Polly. Of course. They even have ponies. This one's big enough to carry a small child. Is this great, Mr. Redriff? It's like being at the zoo. It's the humans of the animals who live in captivity here. No one mind if I took one home with me, would you? By home, you mean behind bars, and no, I suppose not. So we can look at these, right? It's a blurb about the guy in the cell. Let's see what it says. Prisoner number D259, classification habitat. See something like that. Nice to be helpful, is it? This grizzly fellow has a pet polar bear he called Teddy. He's a former boxer, who also say trim. He's always at a fighting ring. And he pushes his body to the max, but he's relentlessly kind to himself. Omnivore. Who exactly needs all this information for anyone? There's something written here. Seems to be about the prisoner in this cell. Prisoner number D258, classification Captivus periculosus. He may look fearsome, but this lively fellow was actually sweet-natured herbivore. He even has a pet penguin named Gwynny. He's skilled at giving such real, gripping personality. You swear you're there at the crime scene too. The end. Kind of thing you might expect to read in a zoo, not a prison. I want to look at the animals. It's animal time. It's a mini pig, not for reading, I hope. Isn't this great? This road trip is like being at the zoo. Yeah, we see this. So that's just a little bit to the beginning. Monkey. Look, this road trip is a monkey mountain. Not something I ever expected to see in a prison, I must say. Doesn't it look fun? Not in the least. And while we're on the subject, you are not, under any circumstances, to climb on that structure. Do I make myself clear? Why have to show that monkey who's boss? Please, Kay. You really don't. It's the Monty Python rabbit. Why is there a rabbit just... I jumped over it. Isn't this great? It's reflecting in the zoo. Well. It's a basin we're drinking from. Looks a little hard to reach. They need to come up with a more user-friendly design. Or perhaps it's for the animals? Do you ever think of that, Kate? Who knows? Looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is locked tight. Freedom awaits just on the other side. A stoic lock and key twixt mine eyes and nose on the outdoor breeze. Such a cool fate it is indeed. The more I can think about it, the more it eats at me. Whose fault are you attending the channel exactly with that soliloquy? What about the cat? Do you have a moment? We have a few questions for you. Meow. Oh, who's a good girl? You are. You're just perfect. She really is. She's beautiful. Meow. That's funny. That is, I think. I was wondering. What's her name? It's Waggy, ma'am. She's my little friend. In the fan patch, they go for a Garfield trip called No. Waggy. Yeah, that's right. As you were then. Need to answer some clawful puns. Edgeworth, you're no better than him. Spoke to him. Don't know why it took so long to do that. About the person who found the body. Do you have to know where he's? Should be in one of the workshops, I guess. He isn't his own. One of those doors. See, the workshops are an export of call. We could talk to Eddie Fender. We really could. But here, I can see the crime scene through the window. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just have your whole face in front of me. You have to do it more sneaky, like steal a few good looks while keeping a lookout for your enemies. I'm not a criminal, Kay, so why should I have to behave like one? Yeesh. Just trying to teach you my special sneak peek technique. Well, I have no need for any such technique, thank you very much. Hello, anybody in there? Nice try, kiddo, but this isn't a bathroom stall. Yo, you there. Could you help us out here, my good man? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Somebody using this workshop right now? Yes, sir. One of the prisoners is in there. Just confirming myself during the noontime roll call. We'd like to speak to this person, if that's alright. Sure, I'll go fetch him right now. Won't take a sec. Why'd you step back, Fender? This one's all yours, Milesy boy. What? Why? Let's just say I'd rather not roll the dice and so on. Yeah? Huh. I thought adults were all supposed to be strong and brave. Well, you're not looking so brave yourself, are you? So let's call it even. Clock. Here they come. It's him! Bow wow. Hello, hello, yes, hello. I hear you wish to speak with me. Not exactly the hardened criminal we were expecting, you see. The funny thing is that we've not known this person. So, yeah. My name is Mars Edgeworth. Prosecutor. A prosecutor, you say? Hold it! Eddie Fender, attorney at law. That's right, we haven't heard any objection yet. I think it's during the cross-examination with this guy, still. But after being too scared to handle this. Listen, sorry about my pal here. He gets the weirdest ideas. Prosecutor, indeed. He's actually just an associate. He's right. Must forget that I'm a defense attorney's assistant for the time being. God, that explains it. I did think he was a little different from the prosecutor I spoke with yesterday. So he's already spoken to Winner. Womp womp. Would you mind answering a few questions? No, of course not. I'd be delighted. The name's Sarge, Frank Sarge. Good, this is all yours, my young associate. Sure, I'm the intern to everything, why not? Mr. Sarge, you are no doubt aware that a murder took place. A murderer took place. Would you mind telling us where you were at the time the body was found? Yes, I was in that workshop there, working as I expected. What kind of work were you doing? Well, I'm actually betrayed. I haven't become a stylist, you see. A pet stylist, that is, yes. So I've been studying hard, practicing every moment I can. What does the rest of his shirt say? I'm wondering. It's like right there underneath his arm. It's not like he's gonna stop moving for a moment to let me see what is written on his shirt. An unusual field of studying, fitting unusual prison, I suppose. And that, well, there you go. Thylacinus. How about Thylacinus? That's it. I certainly didn't see it. Interesting. I barely asked him anything at all, and he's already sweating bullets. So, yes, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. So, sorry.
Hold it!
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Sarge, for this interview's only just begun. Well, I mean, if you ask me, I know something, don't you? That's... He's definitely hiding something. I'll need to push him a little harder for him to get any answers. Number 2 out of the 2 log addresses in this chapter, baby. The first step to analyze the situation. Let's take a look at our opponent. Let's take a closer look at that snout. We've already done this bit. You got 3 in the bishop. I didn't see anything. I really can't help you, I'm afraid. Something tells me he'd just be a good poker player. It's hard to tell much at all from his face. And I don't think he'll be giving much in the way of physical cues either. I'll have to rely solely on his words instead. It's the only way I know what's going on. Alright, that is the first move. Let's see who we're dealing with here. He may be good at hiding his emotions, but everyone has a tell. Mind chest, calm down. Tell me what's your connection to this incident. Tell me what's your connection to this incident. Tell me what you said it's in the murder? Oh, well, it has nothing at all to do with me. Nothing. Really? I wouldn't dream of getting involved. It's ghastly as that. Well, you see, how can I put this? I think of myself as an upstanding citizen. A good person. A good person who's in prison. Forgive me, Mr. Sora, but under normal circumstances, good people don't tend to end up in prison. That's... So you do well to tell me what you know about the incident. How many times do I have to tell you people? I don't know anything, I swear. You seem angry, Sora. Surely you noticed, Mr. Sora, that I have you exactly where I want you. Oh, fuck. It seems to me you're just wasting my time. I should have taken my words more carefully. Okay, so I may be good at hiding his emotions, but also has to tell. I just need to watch for it and respond. We zoom backwards. Do a backwards long jump. As that's how you do it in business. You go into the chest dimension and do a backwards long jump 5 times. Sorry, I don't know what more to say, but I can't help you. My apologies, Mr. Sword. But considering that the incident occurred right here in the prison, I find it very hard to believe that you know nothing at all. Oh, well, yes, I suppose I can see how it might seem unlikely, but it's true! If you're looking for the person who found the body, you have to look elsewhere. Huh? Why do you think I'm looking for the person who found the body? I certainly never mentioned any such thing to you. Is it because you do know something you're not telling me after all? His toupee! It popped for a moment. No! Yeah, I just sensed that's who you might be looking for, that's all. I'm simply a pet stylist in training. I don't know anything. Truly. There's no doubt about it now. This man is hiding something big. In which case, let's find out what he did yesterday, the day of the incident. My opponent is very good at hiding his true feelings, but not for long. I time to smash that mask of his and see what lurks behind the phony smile. Tell me what you know about the day of the incidentes. If you really don't have anything to do with murder, then you have nothing to hide. Correct? Well, the day of the incident. Oh gosh, I mean, so much happened. How are things in prison? What was it like here in the prison yesterday morning? I really don't remember. I don't have the best memory, I'm afraid. I don't have a clue as to how to push the conversation forward. Okay. So, let's try... What were you doing? How you doing? I want to know what you were doing this all in detail. I told you, I'm a pet stylist in training. And that's what I was doing yesterday. Training. Specifically, I was giving the animal a trim. You didn't notice any commotion at the time of the incident? I would imagine things were suddenly quite tumultuous around there. Well, commotion, you say? Not really. Maybe you heard someone. Are they screaming? You heard someone? Was there someone screaming by any chance? I'm not trying to tell me you don't remember. You seem to was certain you know nothing about these things. But I'm afraid I don't believe a word of it. Gah! No, I thought I heard someone yelling, but I don't really remember. I can hear the scream at the time of the murder. Well, I would do well to remember it. Now we do it again. I didn't my clue. You don't remember? Please. You literally just confirmed that you heard a scream. Oh, but I might have been mistaken. The truth is, I really don't remember. My memory fails you yet again. How eerily convenient. Oh no, you're lying. How dare you talk to me like... I mean, I'm not lying. Temper. I'm sensing that's not yet. Look, if you must know, when I'm working with the animals and I get into the zone, they're all I see. Now I don't understand you have something of a talent for animals. Well, my sister technique can use a little work, but I'd say I'm quite good with the animals. They seem to like me. I'm especially good at calming them down when they get scared. Scared? And when exactly do they get scared? Surely it doesn't happen very often. Well, that's... No, thankfully it doesn't. The scream was certainly frightening. Well, that scream was certainly frightening the animals, wouldn't it? Why are you going to such lengths to deny having heard the scream? What is it you're hiding, Sora? Tell me! Gah! I can assure you I'm not hiding anything. Not in the least. Not in the least. I'll admit it, if I did really hear someone scream. But I'm not hiding anything, I promise. I promise to you right now. Unless he's finally beginning to cry. Now, Shadow, I complete by asking you about the scream itself in more detail. I'm afraid you're about to learn a painful lesson of the sort. And I'm afraid. I think hiding from something never ends well, my problems. When did you get the scream? Oh, wait. Now I remember. I forgot about the show. They put on the show for us prisoners around the time of the incident, you see. Yeah, it's performing animals, if I remember rightly. That's where I was in the morning. So now you wish to claim that you didn't hear a scream because you were at the show? You do realize that goes completely against everything you told me so far. And what are you gonna do about it, huh? That is, my memory is patchy, as they say. Well, someone seems to be hopping mad. The animal show really had to see to be believed. It did. Tell me, what kind of animals did you see? Let me think. A whale? Did you ride this whale? Enough of your lies, you were nowhere near the show, were you? Ah! Well, I seem to remember that being there, but maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. It's clear Mr. Sort wasn't at the show, it was incredible. So, who did you hear screaming? Wait, I just realized I made a mistake. When the incident happened, I was out in the yard, yes. So I didn't hear anyone screaming. No one at all. How long are you planning to keep with the lies? I already know that you went to the show. Ugh! Game's up, Mr. Sword. It's high time you told me the truth. I demand to know about this scream. I can't tell you what I don't know. I didn't hear any scream. Not from the person who found the body. Fine then, we're done. Wait, wasn't that the scream? How curious. Most people would assume that the scream had come from the victim. So then, why do you think it came from the person who found the body, huh? Ah! I made a mistake, that's all. How, Mr. Sword? How did you know that was the person that found the body on the screen? It's, 'cause you're the victim! Shall I tell you? You knew it because it was you who found the body. And the scream that heard when the incident occurred didn't come from any victim. It came from you, dummy. Ah! How did you... Ah! It's true, I admit it. But what gives you the right to treat people like this? Checkmate. 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 Woo! Now that we've established that you were the one who found the body, Mr. Sword, I believe you've lost any standing you might have had to withhold your cooperation. Alright, you win. Oh, but I'm sure I would have anything useful to tell you. Probably isn't even worth your time. It's not for you to decide. By my hand, the truth will be revealed. Every decision I make is ensure that it. Hold it! Except, that's not exactly what we're here to do, is it? What do you mean? We're not trying to expose the truth. We're trying to save Simon. That's all we're doing now, right? You remember now? That's what we're doing. That's how we function. You worked here at a time, no trouble. Not as a prosecutor, but as a defense attorney's assistant. What the Game Meister said, you need to listen to the kid more, you know. The client has requested the service of every Drift and Co. And as your old man always said, your relationship with the client comes before everything else. So if you think Mr. Saint's well-being is taking a backseat to some question for the truth, well, let's just say I don't like to fight. So we need you to fight against your instincts a little harder, yeah? This will take some getting used to. In any case, the importance of this man's testimony remains unchanged. Therefore, Mr. Sword, I'm asking once more, what happened when you found the body? It's time to cross-examine a fella. Finding the corpse. I was in the workshop there by myself, practicing what I learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the doors of the other workshop. I happened to peek in through that little window. And then I saw him lying there, a man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. Let me get this straight. You gay. Cell, corridor, workshop A, workshop B. Room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found? Yes, that's right. I was in workshop B. And you were there the whole day? Yes, from the 7 AM roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 AM, noon, and 9. And they check who's in the workshops during the roll call, correct? Well, that's right. Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7, which means that Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point in time. Guess that means the murder took place after 7 AM, which puts it right around the time the show was happening. Pardon me. Ah, yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it. And therefore, anybody who wasn't at the show was no animal. Would that be a fair assessment, Mr. Sorrett? I guess so. I only found the body, I swear. There's a clear contradiction, Mr. Sorrett's system. Rooting it out should be my first priority. Let's find this here corpse, baby. I was in that workshop there by myself.
Hold it!
Hold it! What exactly were you practicing? How to be a pet stylist, of course. And a little bit of witchcraft. I'm a model prisoner, after all. So he keeps saying. I don't remember how. But I sure remember pressing. The coding was alerted for a second there, but we're fine. You found yourself there. Really? That's right. And then I found myself peeking through the little window. Why do you think to do that? Gosh, I don't know. I just found myself doing it, really. You clearly weren't concentrating on your work then. No, that's not true. I'm a model prisoner. It's just all the other prisoners have gone to watch the show. I guess I was, well, kind of like being stuck at school after everybody else has gone home, huh? Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door of the other workshop. I know that Eddie Fender has an objection soon-ish.
Hold it!
I just don't know when yet. Does that mean you didn't get a good look inside? No, I couldn't. The window was not only small, but had bars over it, you see. Not exactly a panoramic view. That's just so the guards can check what's going on, right? That's right, yes. You're a very knowledgeable young lady. You bet. I guess you could say I know a little something about prisons now, too. I'll have to remind myself to address this newfound interest later. Anyway, yes, I peeked in through the little window in that workshop. But if he was in the workshop, how did he leave?
Hold it!
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman? It was clearly a man. His physique, his clothes. It was also very clear that he was dead. You could tell just by peeking through that little window? Look, let's just say this wasn't my first dead body. What? You mean you're in prison for... To my eternal shame, yes. This was, however, the first time I had seen another person's hand up close. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror.
Hold it!
You recall how exactly you screamed? Any words you might have used? No. I only remember that I screamed. Folks don't tend to remember much when they're busy crying out in terror, man. Exactly. So yes, I screamed. That's all I remember. He presents himself as innocent bystander, but nothing could be further from the truth. Given what he is, things could have happened as he claimed. The contradiction in his testimony is as clear as day. Just need to present the evidence that proves it. It's this statement, right?
Objection!
Yeah, how did he leave? Buddy, how did he leave? Okay. All these drinks taken. Booty shakings. And terror quaking. Etc. etc. Y'all know it. Boy, I tell you. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Sword. I'm afraid you've rather lost sight of what you are. What I am? I know precisely what I am. I'm a former newspaper salesman who's trained to be a pet stylist.
Hold it!
But that's not what you are, is it? Or did you forget the bracelet you're wearing around your wrist? A bracelet that marks you as a prisoner, and therefore unable to move around as you pleased. As you both know, stepping outside of that door would have sounded an alarm. Well, that's... I didn't tell you before, but I'm actually an animal. But there's no way you could have looked into the level workshop without leaving the room you were in. Ah! Hooey! Stylishly done, Edgeroo. Okay, don't call him Edgeroo ever again. But it doesn't mean that Mr. Sora couldn't have found the body, right? Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mr. Sora himself can explain. Alright, it's time. So, actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like. By all means, go ahead. Tell me more, tell me more. Do you look like a dick? There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to peek through the window into the workshop next door. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. So he's saying he was able to take a look next door because he had kept his arm inside Workshop B as he leaned out. Please don't tell anyone about our little trick, especially not the guards. Please? Is this it? Is this all he was hiding? Better dig a little deeper into his testimony, just in case. Suppose we press him. It's the important thing to be doing.
Hold it!
With the arranged music as well. Tell me some more about this trick, Sword. Of course, it's quite simple, really. Duh. Pointless press.
Hold it!
I suppose this allows you to enjoy a little taste of freedom. It does, to be honest, it's one of the few things that bring me joy anymore. Rather surprising source of joy, but rule breaking isn't exactly a demonstration of remorsefulness, is it? Oh, but I am remorseful. I always am. I'm a model prisoner after all. What kind of model? He doesn't know what a model prisoner actually is. So I used this trick to peek through the window. That's right, yes. I made sure the guard wasn't looking and leaned out right into the corridor. That's how I was able to peek through the window. It is quite a long gap between doors.
Hold it!
In the background there. Why did you make so much of an effort just to take a look? Well, you see, I heard noises coming from next door. And the room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange. And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises? Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away. I see. Had any problems with that, Miss Defoe just said? What problem? You claim that you looked into the next room as soon as you heard some noises. If that's the case, you must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person that made the noises should have been in there too. You got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Redworth. Mr. Sword, tell the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dispel the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime. I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it is too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it. Just tell us what you saw. Alright. It was that dog. And what I saw is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What do you say? It was hellish. Utterly hellish. The beast. That awful beast, he killed him. Ugh. So they don't feel so good. Jeepers creepers. That's awful. Talk about traumatized. It was dreadful. Horrible. I know why I couldn't help but scream. There's a man-eating dog in the prison's animal population, you know? Claims to have seen this dog biting the victim's throat. He doesn't seem to be like me very much. And that really is everything, I promise. You believe me, don't you? For now. This one seems too far-fetched to lie, to even be you. I'd like you to append what you just told us to your testimony, if you don't mind. Very well. Yes, very well, indeed. It's part of the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. I also saw that black dog, his mouth clamped tight around that man's throat. Killed instantly by a stab to the throat, the body's covered in dirt.
Objection!
Yeah, let's do it soon. If you'd be so good as to take a look at this piece of evidence, Mr. Sword. I see it, but I don't see its significance. Come now, it quite clearly contradicts your testimony. Does it? I don't think it does. Gnurk! Looks like I got it wrong. What's the matter, Edgeworth? This isn't like you. I was just sounding it out. Oh, don't give me that. You can just say you were wrong, you know. But I wasn't wrong. I was mistaken. I am a smart British man. I can do this.
Hold it!
You're sure this black dog was biting the victim's throat? Yes. There was blood everywhere. The beast's mouth was dripping with it. And... Whoa. Spare us the gory details. What about the victim? Was he... Eek! Don't say it. Do you really need to ask him that, Mr. Editor? Ow! Okay, what's that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there. Meaning he was already dead. There was so much blood just oozing from his neck. Oh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Not even a twitch of a finger. Just lifeless. Eek! Enough already. Why did it go into every little detail like that? Give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I've said to my testimony, Mr. Redwood? Please do. It was awful, I tell you. Terrible. Awful, terrible. Oh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. Not even a twitch of a finger. Just lifeless. I remember seeing his ring gleaming as it caught the light. It featured a slow and fake motif, really. sir, we never...
Objection!
We never... take a whiff of my asshole. You never brought up the ring.
Objection!
There we go. I was thinking, like, maybe it's not going to point it out, but there it is. A ring with a snowflake relief. Yes, I saw it clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail. Interesting. Your testimony is clearly very accurate. In fact, the taste is just a little too accurate. And? What's wrong with being too accurate? I mean this. You testified to having seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger... See? Exactly as I said! There is no way you could have seen it. Take a look at his photograph. Every time we do, you can see the victim's right hand was covered by a top. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approached the body and removed the sheet. You told us earlier you only took a long look through the window in the door. And you seem to have quite a lot. You seem to have seen quite a lot on such a disadvantaged occasion, Mr. Sword. Who the heck do you think you are, huh? Just a big shot acting like you know it all. We let that word pass by. I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know. The man's arm. It must have moved in the top of the peeked in. Nonsense! You already told us that he can't have been the case. Because he wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there. You said it yourself when that victim was already dead. And dead men don't move, do they? Oh yeah, this arrangement. Hooey! Is that the stench of ooh, the desperation I smell? What are you hiding, Mr. Sword? Tell us! No, You're wrong. I know what I saw. Ah! Ah! Toss my wig. You couldn't let it go, could you? Had to keep on poking and prodding. You slimy two-bit associate attorney. The real Mr. Sword is finally realized. Is it now? Time? Not yet. Whoa, that's quite the rug he was rocking. Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. Look, I'm just a sweet, innocent witness here. Are you really? Because I must say, I have doubts. Very serious doubts. What's that supposed to mean? You saw something that should have been impossible to see from the outside of the workshop. So how did you do it? That's simple. Mr. Sword, this is where you were standing when you saw the body. Within the workshop.
Take that!
Right? You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring. He's panting. Ha! Ha ha! Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove I was in the room with the body anyway. You can't prove this, can you? Because I was in the next room over. Minding your business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed up on a pair of rubber gloves? For fun? Now put up or shut up. And what is the evidence that proves I was in that room with the body?
Take that!
You really are as dumb as you were back in the first game. Remind me, Mr. Sword, what were you doing when you discovered the body? How many times have I was practicing my pet styling techniques? Of course. Then perhaps this rubber glove might mean something to you. Ah! That's... This glove was found by the victim's body. I believe it was dropped by the killer. And I can't help but notice that you have a similar glove tucked into your ear. No! This one's different.
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it? Hold it! It's just a rubber glove. There are hundreds of them all over the prison. It doesn't prove anything.
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps. But if I were to ask the police to check the gloves for prints, I have a feeling the results would be rather fascinating. Oh, God! It's over.
Objection!
Okay, I like that better. I know that the fan patch version of Ray's, like, objection is like, objection. It's like very low, kind of low down, kind of chill. Like he was like a chill vibe kind of guy or whatever. I like this a lot better than the fan patch. I'll say that now. That was a pretty rad objection, am I right? Please, Fender, now's not the time for tomfoolery. But I have a legit objection. Because this isn't over. And something that still doesn't make sense. Oh man, here's a prisoner, right? And he's got one of those bracelet duties on. That's true. So could you have had this workshop in the first place? This bracelet would have triggered the alarm if he tried. Right, you don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you'd like to share, good buddy? We're all friends here. That's weird. You should be clinging onto this bracelet. He should be clinging onto that bracelet of the big round lightsaber it is. Is that a typo? Unless climbing is an actual word, it's probably clinging. In what way? As in, it's our best hope our wig-flinging friend here is getting off the hook for murder. Sorry I can't get into the crime scene with a bracelet. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet he hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, huh? Sound of Silence. I watched that years ago. I suppose Mr. Law Priestess did preach that silence golden today too. Whoa, you sound like an actual attorney for a second. The worst of times are when the lawyers calmly show up making smile. Gregory taught me that. It was part of that attorney's code he lived by. So, friend, what's the dealio? Why so coy about your bracelet? Such good music. Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Broken? I fell over a little while back, and you see, and hit it on the floor. After that, it didn't seem to set the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, I know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I see. So your bracelet's broken. But do they really break that easily? If so, then this prison is a serious security problem. You there! Could we have a moment? No, not you, just the cutest. Meow! How can I help you, sir? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of the broken one for the time being. Mr. Sawit's broken bracelet jotted down into my bloody organizer. Of course, sir. I'll trust you to take good care of it. Sweet. Bracelet sorted. Now to turn our murderer in, yeah? What? No! I didn't kill anybody. Oh there, Palio. You were the one who said your bracelet was out of commission. Or were there other inmates freely rolling along while everyone was busy watching the show? No! I just found the body, that's all, I promise. And when I did, that enormous dog still had its mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck. I only went into the workshop after the beast had left. And where'd you go in? Well, oh fine. I wanted to go through his pockets, okay? He was going to rob the corpse. That explains why he remembered Knight's ring in so much detail. Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm a great thief. I never stooped so low as to steal from him. Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just after I entered the room. And also my phone came somewhere. All the other mates came trickling downstairs thereafter. I panicked, rushed back to the other workshop, and decided my fake screen and dropped the glove in your haste, huh? Rubber glove data updated in my organizer. Found a workshop A used by someone who was doing his animal styling training, so stained with blood and blood. I guess this is all just about hangs together. Maybe it's about fun you do your miles. Over the months, the sword is the one who did it, and I'd say one very significant question remains. A question of how Knight made it into the prison proper from his holding cell in the detention center. Ooh yeah, that one's a doozy. I also can't help but wonder about another key feature of the sword's testimony. Namely, that funny dog. The dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mr. Sword. Yes? What is it? Were you the only prisoner who didn't go to watch the show? Well, no. There was one other who did. Am I right in thinking that this person couldn't have watched the show, even if he wanted to? Yes. How did you... I knew it. I had my suspicions when we first ran into that black dog yesterday, but it's confirmed. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable, but... Where is this person's cell? You're going to see him? Who are we talking about here? Him! He's not like the other prisoners, you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty. But you didn't hear that from me. All I'll say is, if you value your life, you'll stay well away from me. What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time? That big cheese, huh? Well, I for one definitely value my life, so that sucks. Plus, I'm lactose intolerant. Keep him in maximum security. Which is over there. Over in that door, where the cat lies, maximum security. Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone different. Building layout updated. Thumbs up. Alright, quit being so mysterious and tell us who he is already. Let's just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's lives, better than anyone, in fact. And, that's all I'm prepared to say on the subject. In fact, I may have already said too much. Well, Milesy, anything you care to share? Or are you gonna be K9 in the dark here too? The mystery man, maximum security. He's an old acquaintance. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect we'll find a dark K9 friend there too. I like how in the fan translation they mentioned that he's the oldest prisoner here. So it's definitely like different hiding ways of everything. Let's stand south. There we go. And take a small break while we're at it. Because I feel like chicken tonight and also going elsewhere. So, we'll see ya in a bit before the encoding's overloaded. We love when that happens, truly. Enjoy the music. I might not even start with all the music beat shit anymore. It's, I don't know, man. It's all crazy and kooky even. See you in a bit. Wasn't that long of a gap now, was it, this time? I don't know how much longer we have for this segment of the case, but it might be where I end it. We'll see how long things take here, and I might even let's waste no more time by zooming over to here as we know. Whereas the OBS catches up slightly. And we spin around, stop on your right foot, don't forget it. Okay. We can even speak with Kay momentarily. What is it, Mr. Redworth? Maximum security. I wonder how extra the maximum security cells are. I'm sure it's extra secure and all. But maybe it has things like a red carpet and a super soft sofa, a fancy bed. But worse! Offer a VIP in. Yeah, I could get used to that. Calm down, Kay. We'll find out what we're dealing with soon enough. And who, if I'm very much not mistaken. So Mr. Edgeworth knows who the Edgeworth is. Fifi the guard, warden of the prison, and animal lover who considers physical contact to be very important. And Frank saw it, prisoner and trainee pet stylist who forced discovered the body, security rate is low. He's 47. Old fucker. There we go, now we enter. Maximum security, even says on the right there. Is that a window as well, on the very top right? 12:41 PM. Wow, it's pitch black in there, I can't see a thing. Didn't you say that the Yalagrassi takes flight even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's light. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yalagrassi. Whoa, you're one powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. You feel like a baby. Eek! Oh no, the dog hurt the dog. Look at the eyes too. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice, I knew it. It has been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I'm forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights. Welcome, welcome. Here he is. You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? Very well. Perhaps I should start by introducing myself. I am Bodhidharma Canis. Now, in the fan translation, he's Sirhan Dogan, and basically the reference is still the same here. Like the Sirhan and the Bodhidharma are both assassins from history, and then also you have Canis, as in like the canine, and then Dogan for the dog part. I'm mixed on Bodhidharma Canis as his name. I think Canis will definitely work fine as like the shorthand name. Bodhidharma seems a bit too much. And with someone as serious as Sirhan Dogan in this case, I think Sirhan Dogan fits the bill for the fan patch at least. But, you know, Canis is definitely much better in this instance. Is he even immediately in here now? No, not yet. Bodhidharma Canis. As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Canis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells and his balls, the last sound his victims would ever hear. I've said it before, I think whatever, but this sprite of Canis / Dogan, I always thought, looking at the DS version, that he had like a pupil just very close to the inside of his eye where the nose is. I don't know why, it always just seemed like that, but now that it's in like a HD form like this, even though I've already had a HD form of it by looking at the mobile assets, yeah, you can definitely see that he's completely blind, he has no irises, so yeah. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sort of affair already. Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. What? There's his dog. Suspicion of murder. Now we can look at the profiles now, right? Because he's definitely there, yes. Bodhidharma Canis, a blind ex-assassin whose favorite tools were a black dog of the night, the tinkling of small bells which to accompany his appearance. Also a black dog, yeah. Your favorite canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. Helmut versus Anubis. Anubis definitely is more like mysterious in a sense, but Helmut also works. I think I'm gonna like Helmut as his name. So yeah, Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. It is absurd to think that he would do something, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than a mere seeing eye dog. He's certainly a good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume. Ah, sorry, is anything but trustworthy. And he's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim his testimony is beyond reproach. Oh no, then? I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes. Figures that he already knew our witness is. You're Alabizzle. I might want to draw Canis for one of the thumbnails. I'll consider doing that after the stream, actually. That might be the rest of my day's project. What were you doing between 8 and 10 yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you mean? I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for woodcarving, you see. An obsession. I was engrossed in it all morning. And you have permission to engage in such a hobby? Can't believe someone actually let you. The warden and I have an understanding. Understanding? It's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed one, let alone 5 children. Children's chisels. They're nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. Like the movie, lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddha's pieces at first, but by the 674, my interest had begun to wane. Whoa, that must have taken forever! Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus is now shifted to pieces, such as these. I didn't know you played chess. You play too, do you not, Prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might get to indulge me. Though you may find my game rather rudimentary, I already began my arrival here. It only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads? Like the bird with 3 legs? Ah, yes. The dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king. All loyal to the last. I have always thought it strange that such a game is no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Keeping an eye on you, Walter. Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules, and regular pieces. Can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chess, then. Sharing moves by post? Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Dog chess piece data jotted down in my organizer. Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. The Vic. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis? His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, name your price. I'm a very busy man, and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your life. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Redwood. Come here, Walter. You dummy dog. Lie down properly, and don't cause trouble. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is no small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Redwood. Didn't Mr. Knight... Yes, he proved that he murdered his team leader and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover President Wang's fake assassination scheme? Whoa there, cowboy! You're saying the Bronx didn't actually have a pop at the Prez? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean you don't know what really happened? So what? They just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight? It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved. Of course! They took you off the case and tried to keep you away! And swapped in that wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge. Yeah, that's... Get his ass, Willipender. Get his ass, Eddie. Ugh. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth. So they really were trying to frame it. According to the guards. This night, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he attempted no assassination. Which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for certainty that he would not have been the first inmate to fall in prison on false pretenses. An uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, yes it is, yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believed it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. No bastion of truth, huh? Like Bastion Rook, you say? I've heard something to that effect before. Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. Flashback! You're not too the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by that kind of thinking is any wonder the court's proceedings nothing but falsities and lies. Sorry, but the truth don't need the likes of you to distort it today. I don't know if that's a good voice for playing. Maybe he'll show up in the next stream. Who knows? I never was able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmet understands. Don't you, Helmet? Yes, yes you do. The truths revealed in court, deductions. It's dangerous to trust either implicitly. Ah! But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor on yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air. Not those two again. Prosecutor Winner and Judge Gavel. They went over my cell with fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe. To no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Prison Associated jotted down on my organization. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now? Sar's testimony is flimsy at best. I'll need more proper evidence in order to take Canis off. Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmet will show you out. Good boy, Helmet. Go on now. I guess it's probably like Helmut. That's funny. He's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here. Come on. Don't, Walter. I know you heard him. I saw him peek up. Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pain me that our brief time must end. Just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgewood. March 28th, 1:12 PM. Prison. Corridor. It's that thing that Edgeworth told K not to do. Now to gather evidence, I need to bolster my case. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Check me out! Monkey. That's the best hiding spot you could find. It's alright, K. You can come down now. Boink! Where's Fender? He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast. Fender. Eddie. So, what do we do now? You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. Dogging. Not that dogging. Oh, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops. But he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy scrutiny doors? Or even security doors? Let's start by investigating those holding cells, buddy. Yeah, Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender? I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready. Sure, but he's kind of a boss, isn't he? Oh well. March 28th, 1:34 PM. Look at that guy's mustache. I mean, there's two guys with mustaches on the frame. Call them there, but the one that's on the third from the left, or second from the right, that mustache is magnificent. The victim's cell is just over there. Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth. I have just about had it. Huh? Who's that? Warden the guard. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry. He's still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct. No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer from Ohio was always going to be a tough one to crack. Killer from Ohio? Oh! I couldn't help but overhear. Were you just talking about body armor, Canis? My, you were listening? How very gauche of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. Do you normally conduct interrogations with the man yourself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. That isn't a person who hasn't had to make the pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet. How he's angling for an invite. Why, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. It sounds this corridor here, darling, but FYI, I don't let just anybody. Let's see, that would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room, I do say so myself. All my guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want to view my fabulous garden and yard? Ooh la la. The yard? Considering I have the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Loading the layout data updated on my organizer. Ding ding ding. Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid it's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see us that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me, chattering away like there's no tomorrow. Walter, I want you to be careful, because there's cables there that are important. It's time for Allie's lunch break. Lunchy break. That poor dear will be dying. Allie? It's the sweetest little deer in the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now, to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings. I realize now that yes, it probably is best to be more French for Miss Lagarde / Patricia Rowland. It sounds better. Wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? Blip blop. Here we are. 1:43 p.m. Detention, Centaur. Bada bing bam boom. This is where you hold yourself, in a cell. Says his night cell. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edward? It would have to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events of the lake. And then at some point he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction. Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edward. We're gonna investigate Sean. And they both stare at me. I will be back momentarily. I'm not gonna swap to intermission, but I need to get a drink. So, once OBS decides to catch up. Alright, flip. OBS, please. There we go. Alright, I will be back momentarily. I'm not going to intermission. I just need to get a drink. It's gonna take like a minute or half a minute at best. Alrighty, I have a drink worthy of the next big subject, or suspect, in the Ace Attorney series, by the name of... Dr. Pepper. Gasp. Alright, investigating Knightley's cell. You go to the desk first, because books. 200 Days to Freedom. Escape story. Life as a Pet Stylist. You'll Laugh Tomorrow. Biography. Anthology. Second Chance at Life. Making money while serving time and understanding animal emotions. Interesting. They went for references in the fan patch. I'm gonna scout a scene. Let's look at this. Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions. Life as a Pet Stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye. Sadly, I don't think these are his. They were likely especially selected and placed there with the detainees, with the hope that they would want to better themselves during the time here. A Second Chance at Life. Interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, I like to look at this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. And this one too, Making Money While Serving Time. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. And we have a menu. What's the menu doing here, Mr. Redwood? seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose where they'd like to eat each day. They can afford it, that is. Money makes the world go round, I guess. Doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees? Well, okay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite of a few of them. In fact. Maybe? I don't know. So you're saying it's fine if people with money don't have as hard of a time as as anybody else? Ah! How the hell is defending the practice of the detention system? There's nothing of interest here, because I missed the note on that table. Look at this weird piece of paper. There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Next move, bishop to g2. What next? Rook? No. Pawn to g6? Do we deduce from this? Right to the evidence somehow. Whoopsie. Here. This chess game. I've seen it before. Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus. There we go. That was the word. Thank goodness for the history button sometimes. I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a closer look at this. Stop it! Can you tell me what it is? It's the chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But I already know the rules of chess, so... The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of these pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. You notice anything? Ah! I don't know which piece are which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares. Indeed. There's no dog in the diagram, and that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the position of the pieces are identical. And what does that tell us? Oh, well, I have my correspondent. As unlikely as it may seem, the Canis' chess opponent was Mr. Knight. This could be just the proof we need to show him that Mr. Canis has a connection with the chess diagram jotted down in the organizer. We can still investigate it. The grid appears to be a chess diagram. Victims, I suppose. What's a chess diagram? Visual representation of a game of chess. See how the locations of all the pieces are marked? It seems to be a closely formed context, but perhaps if this pawn were... No, wait. Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is time to be playing games. Yeah, I suppose you're right. This isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it would be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession. And thus you did, and therefore we have what we have. So we can look at the turlet. The bowl is nice and spotless. And there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here. What? Are you serious? Why? What's wrong? There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this, we should have thought a little more about the people who had to live here. I think that might be behind the plan layout. The turlet. Pushed it down the turlet. Reflected in the mirror is a toothbrush. Security camera. A great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, I'm being honest. I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera. View it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir! Not a nameless guard, you see. Scour the scene. Anything that catches my attention. Does look like a bit of the newspaper is torn out. It's got a chunk of it missing. You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth? Not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell? It's like, you're not going to be there entirely. For the entire time. He's like, man, why are you even doing this? This be Knight's suit jacket. So I've been doing some research on my own. Oh? What have you discovered? I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Is that why I've never worn suits? But don't worry. Guys with frilly neck ruffles are next to my research list. Please stop. There's something different about this part of the floor. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Somebody wiped it down or something? Oh, that's some logic. Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed, though? Seems like the only thing that we could do, right? Not a lot of logic this time around, I think. Just haven't gotten to the part where there's a bunch of logic. It takes a bit to get to. Also, my pillars are out of whack. I don't want it to knock a shelf down or anything. It's happened before, and it's not fun. Part of the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe he spilled some grape juice. Who knows? Why are you drinking grape juice in the middle of a thing, really? Although, in fairness, you do have fella from the second Ace Attorney game. He does that thing inside the detention center. You know. Who knows? But we can certainly imagine what he used to do to the wiping. The torn out pages of that newspaper. Why wouldn't you just ask a good guy for a cloth or something though? Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. White floor data jotted down on my organizer. Investigation complete. He would up a little too. I think we've out of exhausted this cell. You made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. This is bad, sir, said the guard. The security camera footage, sir. I watched it and... What is it? Spit it out, man. Yes, sir. I'll have a small playback monitor with me. Now, what are you waiting for? Let's see it. Oh, man. That is so weird how smooth it is. Ew. Ugh. In comparison to the DS version, that's so fucking smooth. Oh, that's... Ew. I want to watch that again. The black thing, that dog, right? Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that the assumption may have been wrong. The knight had actually been attacked in this location. The holding cell.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. Let me look at that again, please. This is where Knight was actually murdered. I don't care, dude. Oh, I can't look at it. Fuck. Actually murdered, and one of the priest's evidence was found here in his cell takes on a whole new meaning. The Knight's cell was the crime scene, which priest's evidence takes on a new scale. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. A search.
Take that.
Yes, this piece of evidence now means what's wrong, Mr. Redriff? You're very quiet all of a sudden. Didn't work. I'm fine, Kay. Knight was in fact killed here in the cell, and one of the pieces of evidence we found here is on all found.
Take that!
Not the top, okay. Victim's body found at the time of the roll call.
Take that!
Yes, this now means, what's wrong with Treasure? Fuck! It went away! I didn't think. Oh, man. It's not like that's gonna change. The body
Take
itself? Bruh. I feel like a stupid. Evidence we found will change. No. This.
Take that!
Overthinking it. The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean until we could move something. But that something had been plotted. I'm a dummy. Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? Let me watch the fucking video. I can't watch it! Name it, sir. It's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgewood. You got it, sir. Strut your stuff out of this place. White floor data updated in my organizer. Now I can really go after the Canis guy, right, Miss Redrup? No, not yet. We still don't know how. I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. March 28th, 2:15 p.m. Do-do-do-do-do-do. The corridor. Okay, time to get asking. Huh? There he is! Thanks to the door. Later. Again, I need to workshop my language. Maybe I'll just play up to his thing. Investigations 1, and then maybe I'll get a real grip on it. Well, well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. It was a certain kidnapping, and then a certain embassy mission. Thought he had gone back home to setting fire after that. Here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang? You could say that. None of that needs concerning you. First a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait! Why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by at least an army of police officers. At least. I hear you were at it again a couple of days back, sticking your nose in things. A couple of days back? Nah, the president's very far. Actually, I thought you might be there as well. Security. Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now I'll think twice before using the contract. Just again, amateurs. Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutors at the courts of their job right now. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating those hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Crap of the cream. Indeed, no doubt things would be turned out differently had you and your men in charge. My men, yeah. Those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. What are you saying, What on earth happened? I told you. It doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. I strut my shit out of here. Wow, you seem not okay. Yes, I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it. We'll worry about that Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards. Now we can look around ourselves. No entry. Let's get our offices down this way. No entry though, according to the sign. Don't they know that telling people not to do stuff just makes them want to do more? It's human nature. I would argue it's the ability to resist such urges that makes us human. Assortment of trophies in here. Just once I want to give someone a trophy. What sort of award would a great thief hand out? Greatest rope escape, of course. Oh, but if I enter the contest, I guess it just turns to me handing the trophy to myself. I'm worrying all about finding a venue willing to host such an event. I know a couple, I'm sure. It still won't let me look at it. Fine. I concede. Won't even let me look at it. It's in the locker. The guards' lockers. I bet they keep their own uniforms from there. Snacks too. Snacks? Really? Well, that's what I keep in there if it were me. You know not everyone is you though, right? Not everyone. Security gate that can detect metal objects. Am I the one who gets a little nervous when I have to go through one of these? It's the same whenever I see a cop. I know I've done nothing wrong, but I still get anxious. Well, you might set those things off because of that key in your hair, but I don't know if you could easily talk that out with anyone outside, whatever. Maybe because you go around calling yourself a great thief, Like some kind of weirdo. The door to the observation room. Observation? You mean, are they always watching us? Or maybe they're just watching you and laughing at all the weird stuff you do. Weird stuff! I'm a perfectly normal person who does only perfectly normal things, I'll have you know. Yes, like watch certain shows on the TV. Oops. That's not the correct thing. Guard number 1. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, all my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere? Where in the world did that screen? Fantasia. Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Missing guard uniform. Jot it down if you want. But it's not all we need. I'm surprised that Kay's like walking parallel and not like ordering herself. It's like behind me, yeah. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog running around here recently? That thing? No way! Well, that's just be a lot more nervous than steady guiding. So do you and this dog have some kind of history or something? Now, Kay. You should know where the sleeping dogs lie. Womp womp. The sound of McKinnis' dog has been spotted on the side of the heavy security doors. Hey! Are those my faithful assistants who seat before me? Y'all. Fender, where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Searching high and low. However, lonely. We were in the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you. The prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Seen this. I was chatting with a few of the guards, and they told me something très intéressant. Turns out the Bronxster had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simon told you he came to visit this place, right? Well, it happened right after they'd wrapped up, and Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard, and he was handcuffed, obviously. They made it back, and the guard was taking off his cuffs when the Bronxster clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Sounds like it might have been prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting an escape? That's the bit that fired the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. Womp womp. He's sitting himself upright like some kind of jackass. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out. No doubt. The guy who was struck, what did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is, he's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. We cry, for we don't have proper evidence. What the? It's you losers! That's all we need. Dum 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 dum. Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles here is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense! You're just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart! Eustace means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Judge Cavell, great to see you again. I know who you are. You are Simon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged, now that we've broken the ice. How about a friendly... Or not. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly? That Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. The prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain. It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? Exactly what he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess will surely approve. Yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Cavell, I was hoping to ask you about the grounds for Simon Saint's arrest. That information is on a neat... Is that a challenge, I hear? No, I was just asking Judge Cavell. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat, to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. There will be no need for that, Eustace. We should... Ha ha ha! Not now, Cavell. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place. He's going to run rings around me. I think you mean to say that you would be the one running rings around me. And I will! So badly that the ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth. Reason for arrest. You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some wittingly incontroverted, conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. Where do I even begin? Look at you! Utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. Would you even have any authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously, it was the priest who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Can the dogs claim credit too? I'm sure they can. Of course, that's what he meant. Ugh. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gambit is silently thinking over there. Reason for arrest. Shrink. I do want to know why you arrested that. I'm just checking, but you do know who it was you arrested, correct? Eh? This is some kind of joke. Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simon Saint. It's no anyone is that much, at least. I hit rock solid grounds for arresting Simon Saint. First rate reason.
Hold it!
Rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on. I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on the chump should be caught, but it won't work on me. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Eustace. Damning is right. I was on the strength of the evidence that I decided. Simple. Simple. So simple, it hurts. Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hope even you could put two and two together. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friend cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simon Saint. Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth? No, by all means, please do.
Hold it!
I just noted there's an achievement for this because I looked at the accolades. I briefly looked over them in case they had like spoilers for me knowing what the names are in the future, but I definitely saw that this was one of them, just to press all the ones from Eustace's first testimony. But you weren't the only one who actually found his prints, were you? Of course not! I'm a prosecutor. I leave the dirty work to forensics. The fingerprints are certainly a problem, but then that chess set was... I should take another look at their evidence.
Hold it!
The only controvertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up. Perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional details? The only fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, and Mr. Saint. I think you'll agree that Mr. Saint were the only prints who had no business being there. Yes, exactly! Now do you get it, Edgeworth? I do, but I'm not so sure about you. There were other prints belonging to the victim and the guards, or only Mr. Saint's relatives.
Hold it!
If there were other prints at the crime scene, shouldn't these people be suspects too? Other people? I don't think so. And why not? Had Mr. Saint's prints not been found on the chess set, those others would indeed have been suspected. Yet somehow his prints were there, despite the fact that they had no business being there. Exactly! Which means Mr. Saint was... Saint is... He's neither a prisoner, nor a guard. Therefore, he should not have been able to enter the prison. Finding his prints at a place he shouldn't have had access to is grounds enough for an arrest. No? Yeah, what she said. Not bad, Gavelle. You are too kind. And you saw the truth first? Why, me, of course.
Hold it!
You saw it first, and I suppose you could prove that. I made the connections the moment I saw the crime scene. Bip blop, bip blop. It's weird to see innocent fall, especially with all that empty space on the left. It was lightning fast, deductive leap. What more evidence do you need? Well, you haven't given me any evidence at all so far, so... You still don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry. We can't all be born winners. I'm not sure even want to get where it is he's talking about. Well, there you go. Take that in the flash. Matter of light years. The winners win again.
Hold it!
Are you sure you mean light years, Mr. Winner? Maybe? Light years are a measure of distance, not time, Eustace. An easy mistake to make. Oh. What was that pause for? Was he rebooting from a blue screen moment? Well, that was kind of vague and really hard to follow. Indeed, perhaps I'd better start with you. Don't hold back, Mr. Edgeworth. Knock him into shape. What kind of shape is he looking for to be in? report him by request of Mr. Saint. Like a dummy. So the fingerprints on the chess set are the ace up your sleeve? The what of my what? Oh, yes, the chess set up the ace's sleeves. That's right, Edgeworth, I've got a winning hand as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. Yeah, you need like a 5 of a kind, man. You play those poker games, you know the one. But you see, it was Simon Saint who brought the chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. Yeah! That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of his facility. And being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect it's the same. Oh! Ah, now I think you might be the premature one here, Mr. Edgeworth. And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. You only just work out what the word means. Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else, and I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right though, Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was overruled. Eustace. Judge Cavell. Butt out, Cavell! I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Redwood, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it? Yes, of course. That. Well remembered. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Objection!
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Judge Cavell deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? The whereabouts of the murder weapon. Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these two facts, I conclude that the weapon in question must have come outside. It must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints we found in the chest set belong to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious it brought the weapon and used it, wouldn't you? Nothing else, his testimony is time a little more comprehensible than yours. Another winning deduction brought to you by the one winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. More like one winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. Yes, me. Exactly. Useless. But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside the chest set? Yeah, good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Inside the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. I tried looking at this earlier, and yet it was not the case. Nothing in here but chess pieces. That laugh is really something. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. I'd better take a closer look. At the snout, etc. What? A stiff lining at the top opens like a flat door. Lord, there's plenty of room in there. Indeed. More than enough to hide something like a small knife. Oh, some description. Ingenious, no. The killer snuck the weapon in by...
Objection!
Ah! Ha? What do you mean, ha? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center was outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and? The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. Or another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. Definitely. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility. It seemed to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winner.
Overruled!
Shump. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items that bring into the facility are only subject to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chest set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of things. Well, it has a secret compartment, and the security gate's added to the organization. Huh, very good. Thank you, Cavell. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Redwood, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winners holds up, shall we? He's such a dummy! The whereabouts of the murder weapon. Some sort of metal blade.
Hold it!
A metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence to support this? Ha! You mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised you're third-rate? The fatal blow was a stab wound to the neck, and it was delivered by a knife-like blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt. It appears that they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Yeah! Lost for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My British deductions don't end there, you know.
Hold it!
No good music. The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. Well, no. I mean, some of the prisoners use scissors to cut the animal's hair. And that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you never recall these things. Yes, only one plated object had been sighted out by a single prisoner at the time. The item was said to be traces of blood, but none were found. I suppose he's referring to the scissors Mr. Sword was using. So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison.
Hold it!
Outside? What does that mean exactly? Haha! The opposite of inside, you numbskull! Is that an attempt at clarification or a put-down? It's clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is that it must have been brought in from outside the prison. By Mr. C. Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured it out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought. The feeling is mutual, believe me. Mr. Saint clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is how? It must have hidden inside the chest.
Hold it!
That's what he supposes. But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene. There's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? It's... well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. What if I move his claim? I guess there is a problem. They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that it's not the case. But that suggests that the murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere. It's those security gates.
Take that!
What? That's your evidence? Yes, it's quite conclusive, I think you'll find.
Overruled!
Ignore him, Eustace. His evidence is conclusive. Oh, right! I knew that! Ugh, that was a bad call, Miles. Oh, right then. Where's this proof of yours? I know I have something that proves it. Oh, right, their own search. This thing.
Take that!
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and a good judge search the prison with the warden and the guard? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Smack. Oh, that looks even more severe. Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it. Well, that's all. Wow, you undermine yourself. You're saying you searched wasn't entirely thorough? You, so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me! Eustace. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I'm a winner. I should let a third-rate loser like Edgeworthless here get under my skin. There it is! The one where he's playing with people's names. It's like, do you really think the best prosecutor would be best by someone miles behind him? Just like in the fan patch. But it's Edgeworthless. Oh, thank you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm K Faraday, and I'm A-OK! Which is not K far ahead. As you get. Again. Not you too, please. Look, it's simple. It's my first-rate investigation to turn up any weapon. It means there wasn't one to find. Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when he looked, obviously.
Objection!
What you are proposing is impossible. It's just why the culprit couldn't possibly take a weapon out of the prison with them.
Take that!
More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me? Again? Oh, so you remember what I said. Or perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. What? What's that? Oh my god. Wait, does he seriously not remember? It would certainly seem that way. There is a security gate at each of the entrances to the adventures of the problem. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh wait! Now I remember! Looks like he's got his memory back. So as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there was no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Gah! In which case, Mr. Redgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon went. It is still here on the premises. That's the only possible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched hard the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were labouring under the misconception that it's a place you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That is quite a claim. I assure you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? We don't have it, do we? No, we don't. It's there. Nah. Take a look at this, Judge Gambit, and the weapon used in this case will become clear. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, it's carved. It says carved there. Weapon quotes. If not, then it might be just whatever. What? This shows the murder weapon. I have thought a winner such as yourself would recognize its significance. Of course, I recognize its significance very much.
Overruled.
Careful, use this. Mr. Redgeworth is trying to deceive you. Ugh! I should have known that wouldn't work. Am I to understand that you don't have any evidence to share with me? Most certainly not. I have something here that clearly shows me might bet his end. Just the moment it happened and everything. Oh right. The thing I wanted to look at.
Take that!
This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourselves and see. Look how smooth this is. Ah, it's so weird. It's like he gets scuttled. What? But how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, would you say? Yes, this certainly is. So now we know that Knight was in fact killed in his cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all.
Overruled.
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Cavell, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence. But it also raises an important new question. A question I suspect you have also been asking yourself. Just right. Everyone made a project with the person of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth? The truth is, I don't know yet. Of course not. Can it, Wonder Boy? You don't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense proves an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. What? Wait! Still so much more to explore!
Overruled.
Don't make me bust your chops, Mr. Edgeworth. The court is no longer in session. I wish you'd be so kind as to leave the courtroom. The court was never in session in the first place! Once again, this court is
Objection!
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cell. You can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Cavell, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simon Saint was able to enter the prison. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular. Very well. What? You actually have something? Now seems like a good time as any. And I suppose you've been kind enough to share your own theories in the case. What you building up to? Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you. He is a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Very Big Circus? Ah! Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day after all. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? A meeting? Oh, heavens no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. You see it now, I assume? As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for Christmas entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of a very big circus. Does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that had been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. No! She held on to that fact to the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. Butt out, Cavell! I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? I must see why she stared onto a different topic back then, too. I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? This has nothing to do with you. Piss off! Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned, if I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edward. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edward, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern, and also the reminder. But I do not abandon anything. When I start, I finish. I've started, so I'll finish. Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same. And in that defense, if Bernie is suspected out of something of bond with their clients, next time, finding a decline in the occupation might be a good place to start. Now I really need to be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. Ta-ta! Also, Ray's here. Or Eddie's here. So Simon lied to us. Not just you two. The guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, mousy boy? Sure, Judge Cavell is a tough cookie. It doesn't mean you can't just give up the ghost. The events never rest, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Fender. I've no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. To be continued, baby! Yeah! That, I feel, is an optimal amount of time to do things with. So we are ending this point before we start the ladder. Yeah, we'll be talking to Simon eventually. But for now, we're just about done here, boyo. And no, not exit game. Want to go back to title, don't save. There we go. That's all we're doing. Well, hey, nice we get to look at the wonderful place that we were just at. And also double check our accolades. You see, we got the one down here. A winner's education. Yeah, yeah. Details. Press, press, press. This is the thing I saw in the Apollo collection, that they allow you to be more specific about whatever's going on. Which is interesting, it really is. I'll say something about stepfathers for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream today. It's time to go to the end time, where frames will drop soon. And it's not gonna play the music yet, because it's only monitoring there. So, I mean, the music is not going to load. Also, frames are going to drop, I'm sure of it, because of all this junk and garbage. So, yeah, it doesn't overly matter, but that's going to be it. Hey, you was watching this whole time, Mr. Candy Piggy's Library, whoever was here, no worries. I don't know when I'm going to be coming back to this, maybe eventually. I mean, definitely I'm going to try and get this done quickly. Because, of course, I'm enjoying my time here and enjoying all this shit. So it's nice to hear that you enjoyed everything here, even if it was silently. So, I'll be posting about when the stream's going live on Twitter and in my Discord as well. And you may just want to keep an eye on the page itself for when the stream goes live again. So, yeah, I'm watching while working. Nice. And also, yeah, it is a fan. Hey, just don't you be doing that over this. But yeah, this game is fantastic, and I love it. And I can't wait to keep going with it. Now, I don't know if I lost all of that, but yeah, this game is fantastic, and I can't wait to continue with it. So, in the next stream, we shall continue with Case 2. And it'll be a damn fun time. So keep an eye on Twitter or join the Discord server you so desire. It's over in the About section of this channel. So, yeah, that's it from me this time. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next investigation. At the beginning of Case, the next part of Case. You're not good at these outros, are you, Joshua? Fuck off. See you, everybody.